First of all, I think we need to finish what we started last week. Keep the same intensity, come out very enthusiastic about the game. Defensively, you know, they have a pretty good run game. Have an All-American running back. I think we need to corral him before he gets started. Don't give up the big play on defense and eliminate the penalties and play smart. Offensively, I think we just need to eliminate the penalties. We've been shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties. We reduced the turnovers on last week, not turn the ball over, execute and take the big plays and capitalize when the defense put us in position to make plays and get points.
Live from Houston, Texas at BBVA Compass Stadium, this is Tiger Football.
The Southwestern Athletic Conference rolls into downtown Houston, Texas at the new BBVA Compass Stadium. The Fighting Hornets of Alabama State travel into the Bayou City to tangle with the Fighting Tigers of Texas Southern University. Hello and welcome inside the broadcast booth alongside former Tiger and SWAC Player of the Year, DeJuan Fulgham. I'm Nick Strong. Glad to have you along. DeJuan, a lot to talk about today. Tigers looking for their first victory this season. How do they do it on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, first, the defense. Can we start over? I'm sorry. I got nervous. Can we start with that part? We had cut, right?
Yeah.
So I got nervous, though.
We good?
Got it. Ready. Yeah.
Don't stop talking. Just keep talking.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't
Yeah.
stop
Yeah.
talking. We'll follow you, okay?
All right.
from Houston, Texas, at BBVA Compass Stadium, this is Tiger Football.
The Southwestern Athletic Conference rolls into downtown Houston, Texas in the new BBVA Compass Stadium. The Hornets of Alabama State traveling to the Bayou City to face the Fighting Tigers of Texas Southern University. Hello and welcome inside the broadcast booth alongside former Tiger and SWAC Player of the Year, Dewan Fulgham. I'm Nick Strong, glad to have you along. Dewan, a lot of storylines to talk about today. Tigers looking for their first win of the season. The defensive side of the football for the defensive side for the... Oh, sorry about that.
Live from Houston, Texas, at BBVA Compass Stadium, this is Tiger Football.
The Southwestern Athletic Conference rolls into downtown Houston, Texas, as the Fighting Tigers of Texas Southern play host to the Hornets of Alabama State here in the new BBVA Compass Stadium. Hello and welcome into the broadcast booth, college football fans, alongside former Tiger and SWAC Player of the Year, Dewan Fulgham. I'm Nick Strong, glad to have you along. Dewan, a lot of storylines to talk about. The Tigers looking for their first win of the year, and if they do so, they've got to be able to stop the running back Isaiah Cromwell in the second year out of Alabama State.
Texas Southern has an athletic defensive line, including the defensive ends Amir Bloom and Ernest Gilly. If they want any chance to win this game today, they must control the line of scrimmage and contain Isaiah Crowell.
On the other side of the football, the Alabama State Hornets been doing it this year, looking for their fourth consecutive win. And they've been doing it on the defensive side of the football as well. And it starts with Courtney Berry, the middle linebacker for the Hornets.
Yes, everybody knows about the star power of their running back, Isaiah Crowell. But they have a rising star at Alabama State on defense, the linebacker Courtney Berry. Yeah. Speaking with Coach Ramsey, he's speaking very highly of him, saying he could be potentially the next great backer to come out of Alabama State.
Talking about defensive coordinator, former head coach for the Tigers, Kevin Ramsey. As we move on, let's get into Coach Darrell Asbury, the head coach for the Fighting Tigers of Texas Southern, and let's hear what he had to say about tonight's game.
First of all, I think we need to finish what we started last week. Keep the same intensity, come out very enthusiastic about the game. Defensively, you know, they have a pretty good run game. Have an All-American running back. I think we need to corral him before he gets started. Don't give up the big play on defense and eliminate the penalties and play smart. Offensively, I think we just need to eliminate the penalties. We've been shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties. We reduced the turnovers on last week, not turn the ball over, execute and take the big plays and capitalize when the defense put us in position to make plays and get points.
Dewan Fulgham and Coach Asbury had a lot to say about his team tonight. Eliminate penalties and stop the big play.
Yeah, bring intensity on the defensive side and just stopping the run. They stop the run, they have a chance to win this game today, Nick.
Let's get a chance to take a look at the SWAC West standings as we see the Fighting Tigers there all the way in the cellar. But tonight, I think this may be the one that they need to get back on track, Dewan.
Hopefully so. They're playing a home turf. They're here at the new BBVA Stadium, and it's time for them to be on the Tigers to get a win.
Well, we'll see if they can get that win tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. Coming up next, the Tigers and the Hornets here on the TSU Sports Network.
Compass Stadium, this is Tiger Football.
The Southwestern Athletic Conference rolls into downtown Houston, Texas, as the Fighting Tigers of Texas Southern play host to the Hornets of Alabama State here in the new BBVA Compass Stadium. Hello and welcome into the broadcast booth, college football fans, alongside former Tiger and SWAC Player of the Year, Dewan Fulgham. I'm Nick Strong. Glad to have you along. Dewan, a lot of storylines to talk about. The Tigers looking for their first win of the year, and if they do so, they've got to be able to stop the running back, Isaiah Cromwell, in the second year out of Alabama State.
Texas Southern has an athletic defensive line, including the defensive ends Amir Bloom and Ernest Gilly. If they want any chance to win this game today, they must control the line of scrimmage and contain Isaiah Crowell.
On the other side of the football, the Alabama State Hornets been doing it this year, looking for their fourth consecutive win. And they've been doing it on the defensive side of the football as well. And it starts with Courtney Berry, the middle linebacker for the Hornets.
Yes, everybody knows about the star power of their running back, Isaiah Crowell. But they have a rising star at Alabama State on defense, the linebacker Courtney Berry. Yeah. Speaking with Coach Ramsey, he's speaking very highly of him, saying he could be potentially the next great backer to come out of Alabama State.
Talking about defensive coordinator, former head coach for the Tigers, Kevin Ramsey. As we move on, let's get into Coach Darrell Asbury, the head coach for the Fighting Tigers of Texas Southern, and let's hear what he had to say about tonight's game.
First of all, I think we need to finish what we started last week. Keep the same intensity, come out very enthusiastic about the game. Defensively, they have a pretty good run game. Have an All-American running back. I think we need to corral him before he gets started. Don't give up the big play on defense and eliminate the penalties and play smart. Offensively, I think we just need to eliminate the penalties. We've been shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties. We reduced the turnovers on last week, not turn the ball over, execute and take the big plays and capitalize when the defense put us in position to make plays and get points.
Dewan Fulgham and Coach Asbury had a lot to say about his team tonight. Eliminate penalties and stop the big play.
Yeah, bring intensity on the defensive side and just stopping the run. They stop the run, they have a chance to win this game today, Nick.
Let's get a chance to take a look at the SWAC West standings as we see the Fighting Tigers there all the way in the cellar. But tonight, I think this may be the one that they need to get back on track, Dewan.
Hopefully so. They're playing a home turf. They're here at the new BBVA Stadium, and it's time for them to be on the Tigers to get a win.
Well, we'll see if they can get that win tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. Coming up.
I expect him to be professional. I expect him to be on time. I expect him to be productive. I expect him to do everything in his power or her power to ensure that employer is successful. Because what's going to get us more work is successful jobs.
The time is now to hire IBW electricians.
Honest, hard-working families, they're the backbone of this city. And like you, we're fed up with the bad guys preying on those trying to make an honest living. At KHOU 11 News, we believe it is time to take a stand. We're going after the scammers, the crooks, and thieves, because we believe everyone should play by the same rules. And we won't back down until we've exposed those who victimize good, hard-working people. At KHOU 11 News, we stand for Houston.
Fighting Tiger football here on the TSU Sports Network. Nick Strong alongside Dewan Fulgham. BBVA Compass Stadium is the site The Fighting Hornets of Alabama State and the Fighting Tigers of Texas Southern are the teams competing. And the first kick is long inside the end zone, and looks like the Hornets are going to return this one out the end zone. Wow, and they get all the way up shy of the 15-yard line. Returning it is Miles Everett, the redshirt sophomore out of Brookhaven, Mississippi. DeJuan, a lot to talk about tonight. The Tigers looking for their first victory on the season, 0-4. The Hornets of Alabama State, top of their division in the SWAC East, 3-1. Their only loss coming to Jackson State in conference play. What do the Tigers have to bring it tonight?
Yeah, like Coach Asbury said, got to bring a lot of intensity. You see him out there so far. I know it's just a kickoff, but it's a good start. They got him inside the 20, starting to drive off.
And as we take a look at the Alabama State offense, under center, quarterback, check that. I was going to say Homer Causey, but not Homer Causey. And it looks like Daniel Duhart is. The first run goes to the outside. Number 21, Isaiah Crowell. Is that Crowell there?
I don't believe so. Not at all. Not at the moment. It's swing. He's in the game. This is a swing route.
And Duhart lays it off. Gets it to Malcolm Cyrus, right side. First down. Hornets grab the first down of the day, and they're off to the races here early on.
So far, looking at the plays they're running, what they're running as of now are misdirection. Their line goes one way, the ball goes the other. It gets the defense full going one way. That's why they call it a little misdirection, Nick.
And there's Crowell right there, breaking a couple past the 50-yard line into Tiger territory. Wow, what a guy. Crowell, a third year of college, second year at Alabama State, transferred from University of Georgia. Was a standout freshman there. He was recruited by lots of different FBS schools, DeJuan. What a great guy in the backfield as we see a play right here. But Crowell, just an awesome athlete in the backfield.
A great recruit pickup for Alabama State. They've always over the years had great athletes. That's just another one added to their repertoire.
Crowell added to the Walter Payton Award Watch list by the Sports Network. A list which includes 20 players. As he takes it right back up the gut there, gets past the original line of scrimmage marker. Third down coming up here for the Alabama State Hornets.
That's a list, very select people, as you see. Only 20 gets to be on each and every year. It's a watch list for the greatest players in the FCS level, in the ranks. By the end of the year, they'll, of course, have a winner. But Isaiah Crowell is definitely a big candidate to win that award.
As we talk about Duhart as he goes across the middle, pass is almost picked off. Tigers couldn't hold on to it. Fourth down coming up here for Team Alabama State. You know, Alabama State is head coach Reggie Barlow, a standout wide receiver at Alabama State, also played in the NFL. Actually got a Super Bowl ring with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Great guy, giving back to the SWAC, coming back and showing where he came from. Got a chance to play against him in his first year. They took Alabama State to the championship game. Great guy, young, very charismatic, and a lot of energy, brings a lot to that team.
When you say a play against, I thought you actually meant on the field.
I'm sorry. He was a coach.
You're not that old, are you?
I am pretty old.
Oh, wow.
I'm 24 going on 40.
Yeah, head coach Reggie Barlow, just a stand-up type of guy. Bounced around in the NFL, actually. The Jacksonville Jaguars, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And as we got the Super Bowl ring with head coach John Gruden back in 2002, I want to say that was when the Bucs went. They beat the Raiders that year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Coach Gruden. It's a blessing getting to that level. Although, you know, he went to team to team, it's a blessing to be at that level and just, you know, sticking around, just showing that you belong there.
As we get into our first time out here, looks like the referee has a flag. He'll talk it up. Oh, we're ready to play here. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. Tigers will have to drive 80 if they want to put up the first 6.
They're bringing Homer Causey in to start the game off this week. Tigers have been trying to find themselves with the quarterback, doing a lot of switching, trying second, third string, even fourth string quarterbacks, trying to find who's going to be their starting quarterback.
Homer Causey, 27 for 52 on the year. Make it 28 for 53. And a fumble on the play. The Alabama State Hornets say they have it. But was he ruled down is the question. Elston Lane Jr. on the reception, as you see the replay coming across your screen here. Looks like he was down.
I believe he was down too. The refs are still discussing it. And
he was not down. It's a fumble.
Give the ball to Alabama State.
So the Tigers start out with the pass. Completes the pass. Homer Causey. And Elston Lane Jr. puts it on the ground, and the Alabama State Hornets recover the fumble. So they'll have it at the Tigers' own 43-yard line.
Of course, we would love to see challenges at this level, but unfortunately, at this level and this stage of the game, they don't have it for this game. It possibly could have been overturned, but we'll never know now.
And as we see here, a quick run there by the Alabama State Hornets. Deuce. Looks like Malcolm Cyrus, the 5'10", 180-pound junior, picks up the first down in the process. 1st and 10, another first down for the Alabama State Hornets.
So far, Alabama State is winning the line of scrimmage, and they're running at will on Texas Southern defense. They go with a quick pass this time, and steady, moving the ball, getting down the field.
Alabama State Hornets pick up about 7 there as they come out the pistol formation. Here comes the pass, top side of your screen. And knocked it out of bounds. Looks like his own player knocked him out of bounds, actually.
A little friendly fire, Nick.
The deuce there, Michael Showers.
You see Alabama State, they're having their up-tempo offense right now. One thing this does for the defense is just wear them down, get them tired, just keep mixing up, give different people the ball, and let them move the ball, move the chains.
Pass up top and deflected, almost intercepted there by the TSU Tigers. 2nd down coming up here for the Alabama State Hornets all the way from Alabama. And as we know, this is about the 2nd down and about the 21-yard line. Here comes the handoff. Crowell goes top side of your screen. Trying to get inside the 10-yard line. He does. Picks up the first down before it's brought down by a host of Tigers. 1st and goal here for the Alabama State Hornets.
Before the game, I told you Texas Southern has to control the line of scrimmage and move the ball back. But you see the Alabama State's offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage and getting the defensive ends hooked. And you see the running backs have all day to run.
Last season, Alabama State had 1 shutout. As Isaiah Crowell sticks his head inside the end zone. 6 points here for the Alabama State Hornets. They strike first. A 6-yard touchdown run.
As you see, they're giving Isaiah Crowell the ball, making sure their award-winning running back gets as many touches as he can.
And it looks as though Isaiah Crowell gets in there for his 10th touchdown of the season. Extra point is up. Extra point is good. The Alabama State Hornets strike first. Isaiah Crowell gets into the end zone on a 6-yard touchdown run. We'll be right back, and we'll take a short break. You're watching TSU football here on the TSU Sports Network.
It's the end of an era.
All the parties, the stories.
I'm gonna miss your smell.
You were my first.
What? I knew it.
It's true.
Oh, man, I'm sorry I broke your leg.
I wrote a song. Sorry. Here we go.
Keep the good times going with the crisp, refreshing taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Whoa. Check out this new couch.
I'm Percy Crusoe. If you haven't been to French's Chicken, or if it's been a while since your last visit, no place does chicken like Frenchie's. Our chicken is seasonized with our blend of Creole herbs and spices. Our side dishes include the tastiest greens and red beans and rice you'll ever put in your mouth. Try our new King Roll rotisserie chicken at our Scott Street location. Come on by French's Chicken, where the taste lasts forever.
This old truck is why I became a meteorologist. I was 16 years old when Hurricane Alicia devastated our neighborhood. I saw firsthand the impact that the storm had on my neighbors, and I wanted to help. A buddy and I drove around in a pickup truck helping folks clean up. Right then, I knew that I wanted to spend my life studying weather and serving this community in a bigger way. I'm KHOU 11 Chief Meteorologist David Paul, and I stand for Houston.
Welcome back to Fighting Tiger Football here on the TSU Sports Network. Texas Southern 0, Alabama State 7. 6-yard touchdown run there by Isaiah Crowell Dewan. The Tigers got the ball back off a punt. Then they fumbled. Alabama State came back down the field and drove 40 yards into the end zone.
Alabama State took advantage of the turnover. It's questionable still, but without instant replay, we'll never know for the refs to go back and look. But Tigers is about to get the ball back and see what they could do on this drive, and hopefully they'll hang on to the ball.
Well, the Tigers actually started out, the pass. Homer Causey dropped back. You could have been more perfect than that.
Everything was looking good. Yeah. First play, got some yards on it, about to move the chains, and the ball just slipped out the guy's hand.
Well, DeJuan, you're a former Tiger out there. I don't think you went through an 0 for season like the Tigers are going through right now.
Actually,
you
Nick,
did? Okay.
I was there in 2007 when we finished 0-11.
Okay, so that was the last year of.
That was my freshman year. Last year.
That was the last year of Thomas.
Steve Wilson.
It's Wilson, that's right.
Steve Wilson.
What was it like when you guys started off? How hungry were you to get that first win?
It was very tough. For me, I was a freshman just coming in, trying to adapt. I was starting as a true freshman. I was getting there trying to do the best I could to help my team win the games. And it's hard because when you lose games, you don't have as much support from the fans, from the school. And, you go to school each day, and they're not showing you much love. And you try to tell them, hey, we are better than that. We are trying. But a lot of people don't want to hear that. All they want to see and hear is results.
Yeah. The athletic directors do too. Results.
Athletic directors does too. Athletic directors care about kids graduating and winning games and championships.
Yeah, I can remember the year we won the SWAC championship in baseball back in 2004. We started off the year 0-17.
Ouch.
The first win came against Prairie View.
You ended up winning SWAC that year?
That's right.
All right.
So,
you never give up.
There have been some teams.
Hey, kids, listen to this lesson. And never give up.
Never give up. Never give up, man.
Tigers started the drive off with a run play. Got some decent yards on it. Homer Causey dropping back. In trouble.
Here comes the pressure. And he's definitely brought down. A sack in the backfield by the Alabama State Hornets. 3rd down and long coming up here for Team TSU.
Well, 3rd down and long, normally what you'll see from an offense are screens and draws. So Alabama State right now is probably, it's hopefully communicate with themselves. I know Coach Ramsey, defensive coordinator on Alabama State side, is yelling and screaming at the top of his lungs, screen and draw, watch it.
Derek Billups in there. Number 96, 6'3", 308-pound junior. Causey drops back
nowadays?
To pass. Pass is incomplete, and it was tipped. 4th down coming up here for the Tigers, and here comes the punt team, and Homer Causey's down. Looks like he'll bear crawl back to the sideline.
The Hornets are out there stinging them, as you see. Yeah, all this pressure they're applying to the quarterback and to TSU's offense.
No, he's down. He can't get back up. Looks like Homer Causey. He's back up now. This training staff. It's actually Justin Washington right there, the one on the right, one of my former students there at Yates High School.
You know a lot of guys.
I'm glad to see he's doing something positive here at Texas Southern.
Also, I'm glad to see Homer Causey get up and walk off the sideline with his own free will. Yeah, you never want to see guys down and hurt more than a couple seconds at all. You want them to pop right back up.
Back to punt deep is Corey Carter. Punt is up.
First punt of the game for the Tigers.
Punt is received there. But, oh, what a hit. Looks as though number 87 again, Miles Everett, out of Marietta, Georgia, gets all the way back to around the 37-yard line. And the Hornets starting out with some more good field position here.
They do. It starts off with the punt. TSU got lucky a little bit because the return man caught the ball on a full sprint. And that's dangerous when it comes from return men, because as soon as you get that wall set up and he already got his speed going straight ahead, it's hard to stop him. But luckily TSU brought him down, and now TSU defense is back on the field again.
Daniel Duhart swings it out near side. Malcolm Cyrus. And Cyrus gets just past the 30-yard line, about the 28. About a 7-yard gain. Make it second down and about 3 coming up here for Team ASU.
Kind of reminds you of the Philadelphia Eagles out there as fast as they run these plays, huh?
Chip Kelly all the way from University of Oregon.
Right, got a little LaShawn McCoy on the backfield.
Whoa, and there's the quarterback keeper. As Duhart rushes, he may be shy of the first down marker. Speaking of University of Oregon, I hear they're losing in the first quarter.
It's 10-8. Probably
10-8.
Probably their biggest deficit of the year. But I would be surprised if their score multiply into the 50s to 60 range.
First down and 10 as Duhart keeps it, comes across near side, down the sideline, inside the 10. A flag is thrown, and it looks as though it may come back here. Maybe a holding on the near side here for the Alabama State Hornets.
As you see Jarris Moore come off the edge, you gotta play responsible football, play your technique and what you have to do. He was going for the running back there. It looks like he should have stayed back for the quarterback. The quarterback kept it, got outside of him, broke the containment, and got some yards off it.
10 yards, spot the flag, replay.
Looks as though it will go against the Hornets of Alabama State. And it might back them up. I've been studying my rule book. And if I'm not mistaken, and I back them up, no, actually, they get the yardage, but they come back 5 yards.
Right.
Yeah. Told you I've been studying, man. I'm gonna get this football thing sooner or later.
Well, hopefully TSU's been studying their film and playbooks.
Oh yeah. How important is that film in practice, DeJuan?
It's very important to understand what the offense's tendencies are, the type of plays they run, the players they go to. As you see, Isaiah Crowell is one of the #1 players they go to. But it's very important. It's film and playbook. You got to know your plays. You got to know what the man beside you and behind you is doing at all times, because they're there to help you. You got to make sure you do your responsibility, and as long as all 11 on the field is going right, you should be okay. As long as you play gap sound football. As you see right there, gap sound, all gaps covered, and there's no hole for Isaiah Crowell to run through.
Talking about the Alabama State Hornets, as I mentioned before, they had one shutout last season, DeJuan, and it came against Texas Southern by a score of 45-0. Isaiah Crowell rushed for 149 yards on 17 carries. As we see Duhart throwing it up top side of your screen and couldn't complete the pass. 4th down coming up here for the Hornets. And they do have a kick in the game here. They're going to bring out a place kicker, Bobby Wienzik, the senior, 6'2", 185 pounds. And he's going to attempt about a 37-yard field goal here.
There's always a lot of pressure on kickers, Nick, because when people see them, all they see is, well, hey, all you do is kick, so you should always make your field goals. It's not that easy. You should get out there and try it. And speaking of misses, he goes off the bar and misses the field goal. But like I was saying before, they get a lot of criticism for making these field goals, and when they miss them, that's all you hear. But when they make them, everything's okay.
Well, missed field goal there.
I guess I always thought Chris would go to college, but then he told me about this UA apprenticeship, the best training in education, learning a skill for a job that'll stay right here. The chance to earn a degree, a secure career with a future. I was impressed, but when he told me it wouldn't cost us a dime, that they'd pay him great money right from the start, I was sold.
Opportunity. It's waiting for you at UA.org.
We want to make Houston a safer place, so we shine a light on shady dealings and shady people.
You know, people doing things they shouldn't be doing or not doing things they should.
We want to do our part by taking a closer look, digging deeper, going where you can't.
Because we believe you have the right to not be cheated or threatened for you.
It's why we're always watching out for you.
We're the KHOU 11 News I-Team, and we stand for Houston.
I wasn't born to sit behind a desk. In fact, I wasn't born to sit at all. I was born to take action, to seize opportunities. I was born to use my strength and intelligence to protect my country, right where it matters most, America's doorstep. I was born ready.
Go coastguard.com/reserve.
A shot into BBVA Compass Stadium here in downtown Houston, Texas. They call it the Bayou City. Alabama State leading the Tigers of Texas Southern 7-0. And the Tigers will get the football here at the 20-yard line. A 37-yard field goal attempt by number 6, Bobby Winzik, was missed. And that will encourage the Tigers to drive 80 yards again to try to get this first score for the Maroon and Gray.
You said before, Nick, last year they played, they lost game 45-0.
Yeah.
You would think they would come out and would want a little revenge. So we'll see how TSU offense come out this time around in a sack.
And here comes the coverage. Wow.
One thing about Coach Ramsey and his defense, I played under him in his defensive scheme. He likes to put pressure on your quarterback. He will blitz, go man coverage, zero coverage, no safety over the top. You want to bring that pressure, and that's something I know all too well. As my senior year, I led the SWAC and sacks as a linebacker.
Oh, wow. Not to brag on yourself.
Not to brag, not to toot my own horn, but I blitz kind of heavy.
You guys really did blitz a lot. I remember that Coach Ramsey would call a blitz on first and long or on third and short.
Yeah,
I mean, that was one of the guys that was one of the schemes or one of the coverages that got you guys to where you got to in that 2010 season. I remember.
Right, it was always getting after the ball, going first with the ball, quarterback.
You guys reminded me of the Chicago Bears, man. You guys like to strip the ball a lot too.
Don't give us too much credit, man. We did all right that year. We finished first defense overall in FCS, but that's okay. It's okay. Well, it wasn't too bad.
Head coach or former head coach Kevin Ramsey. As the Tigers try to get out the backfield, just up to about the 5-yard line. And the Tigers will have to punt it away as Davion Porter.
We call that, it was third and forever, super long. They were just trying to get a couple yards to give them some breathing room to punt. They already figured they wasn't going to get a first down there. That's why you don't see a pass play in a situation like that. They try to get as many yards as we can and just punt it, live and fight another day.
Corey Carter back deep to punt inside his own end zone. And stopped there by number 98 for the Texas Southern Tigers, Justin Wheat, the senior out of Westfield High School.
Really good tackle in open field. Nick, that's what you want to see in your special teams is players stepping up and making plays. Because that's where spots are earned that are on special teams when you're not a starter or if you're a freshman, sophomore, young guy on the team trying to make a name for yourself.
Isaiah Crowell last season had 15 touchdowns. He has now 10 on this season. He's 5 away from his season total from last year. Duhart swings it out near side and hits a receiver. Looks as though number 83, check that. Number 87 again, Miles Everett, the sophomore from Marietta, Georgia. He's had a day.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of touches. They give him the ball real quick. Obviously, he's one of their better athletes on the team. They try to get him in space and make some moves and make things happen to get yards after the catch.
Malcolm Cyrus takes it up the middle through the railroad tracks, short of the first down. Third down and short coming up here. This is where the Tigers have to get tough here, DeJuan, on third and short, as we know they're going to go to Isaiah Crowell quite heavily, or Malcolm Cyrus in the backfield. You talked about it early on. The defensive line has got to step up tonight.
They have to. It's a must. If they want to win this game, they have to win the line of scrimmage and contain their running backs in the backfield.
And it looks as though they just did so right there, DeJuan. If they stopped them short of the first down.
It looks that way. It should be an interesting call if they're going to go for it or try another field goal. They're switching players out. They're going to
go for it.
They're going for it. They're going to heavy package.
Number 42, Nathaniel Black, comes into the backfield.
45.
Check that. Chris Gilazan. And they're going to give it to him.
Big boy.
Oh, wow. He's still going. 5'11", 265. The redshirt junior from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Wow.
And he's out. He knows his role. He goes in, gets those hard-earned yards, move them sticks. Actually, he's coming back in the game now.
Well, you talked about that earlier, DeJuan. You got to know your role on the football team. If his role is to come in on 3rd and short and grab the yards for the first down, that keeps the drive going. As we see right here, as Isaiah Crowell gets another shot to get into the end zone here, he gets about maybe 3 yards on a play, 2nd and 7 coming up. You've got to know your role, DeJuan.
If you play on any sports team, you have to be a team player. You cannot be selfish in any kind of way. And when your name is called, coach says, hey, man, I need you to do this. I need you to go out and do this for me. He's only trying to help the team and make the team do better. And him helping the team is making him a better player as well.
In basketball, you have the three-point specialist. In baseball, you've got the closer. In football, you've got the kicker. And in this game, you have the tight end right over the middle. Justin Robinson, the senior from Grove Hill, Alabama.
Wide open. Looks like it was a blown coverage or misassignment. TSU's defense over there trying to discuss what just happened. As they're setting up for the extra point.
Bobby Winzig. Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. 14-0. The Alabama State Hornets buzzing all over the Tigers. We'll be right back. You're watching Fighting Tiger football here on the TSU Sports Network.
It's morning across Houston, the start of a brand new day. From Pearland to Pasadena, from Galveston to Humble. No matter where you live in this great city, our mission is to make mornings easier for you, bringing you the news, weather, and traffic you need to start your day. Up to the minute, the second you're up. KHOU 11 News this morning.
As you see the touchdown pass right over the middle to Justin Robinson. Makes this score 14-0 with the extra point by Bobby Winzig. But the TSU cheerleaders, DeJuan, still trying to keep the Tigers in the football game. And they are in the football game. There's still a lot of time left on the first quarter here.
Still early, got a lot of time left. TSU just needs to regroup, get back together, continue with the game plan and win this game, and they'll do just fine. But if they don't get it together, Alabama State is showing no signs of slowing down, Nick.
Alabama State this season on the season. They started out against Jacksonville State out of the Ohio Valley Conference. They lost that game 24-22. Then they went into Jacksonville University. Check that. Then they had Jackson State, and they actually lost that game as well, 30-24. And then they beat Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Grambling State, and Alcorn State last week. The Hornets trying to go for their 4th consecutive victory this season.
As you see, they're on a roll, Nick. Once you get that ball rolling, it's hard to stop it. Even when we won the SWAC championship back in 2010, we won, I believe it was 8 games straight in a row. We started the season off 1-2, I believe.
I think it was.
I know we started out 0-2. I think it was. 1-2, and then we ended up winning out the rest of the games.
I think it was a loss to Tuskegee that year.
Oh, yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me. Way to rub it in, Nick.
Matter of fact, Tuskegee beat Texas Southern and Alabama State that year, the teams that were both in the SWAC championship.
We caught a lot of jokes saying that they were the SWAC champions
that year. That's right.
Yeah, I caught a lot. I also played in an all-star game after that season, which was coached by the Tuskegee.
Oh, no.
It was coached by Tuskegee coaches.
Not Rick Comagee at the time, was it?
Say what?
Was it Rick Comagee at the time, or?
I can't recall.
Okay.
A couple years ago, but yeah. So they coached and a lot of players on the team. I caught a lot of jokes. But hey, man, it is what it is. Sometimes, of course, they wouldn't have, I believe, won in the SWAC. They still had to play all the other powerhouses in the SWAC. But they are a prominent team. They win. They always win each and every year. So they are a really good team. We had lost to.
Homer Causey leads the Tigers out. I formation. Here comes the handoff. Davion Porter hit hard. About maybe a gain of 1, make it 2nd and 9.5 for the Tigers.
Looks like Courtney Berry on the play, coming down and throwing that soup bomb, as Coach Rams used to say. Coming downhill, putting the hat on Texas Southern. Good play in the backfield. It seems like Texas Southern's trying to get their run game going. They keep handing the ball off. Of course, you got to establish a run for your pass game to work. Let's see what they come out on this play here.
Here comes the pressure. Homer Causey brought down in the backfield. Wow. What a sack there. Alabama State makes it 3rd and long here for the TSU Tigers.
Alabama State defense is swarming out there. Another thing that Coach Ramsey used to
another B reference there.
Another
Hornet reference.
another reference was all hats flying to the ball. All 11 hats on the ball. Everybody runs to the ball. When you're close to the ball, good things happen.
Third and long here for Team TSU. Causey goes long. Looking for Dedric Shipman. Nobody home. 4th down coming up here for the Tigers, and DeJuan, they have not moved that ball since the first pass was completed. And Elston Lane Jr. actually fumbled.
It was looking very bright for them at the beginning. Right now, all you see is them just moving backwards. It's not a good sign. They're moving to the wrong goal line, Nick.
Corey Carter on to punt this ball. Punt is in the air. Miles Everett on the return gets into Tiger territory just right past the 50-yard line, and here comes the Alabama State Hornets again, and head coach Reggie Barlow.
Let's see what adjustments Texas Southern's defense is going to come out with this time. Once again, there's poor field position for the Tigers on the other side of the 50. It's not a good sign for the defense. I know as a defender myself, I used to hate having to play on that side of the ball each and every time because our offense wasn't getting it going, getting to the other side of the, it's giving us good field position to work with.
It's all about the adjustments. It's all about the adjustments. As Miles Cyrus.
It's hard for a defense to be effective playing on this side of the ball because it's almost like they're already in scoring position as soon as they get the ball.
So a flag will go against the Alabama State Hornets. They'll back them up 10 yards. And they'll have 1st and 20 from their own 42-yard line.
It's interesting to see what plays they'll go with now facing a long yardage situation. Before, it's always been 10 yards or under short yard situations. Go for another quick pass here.
Pass is complete. And just shy of the original line of scrimmage into Tiger territory.
Seems like they got the yards back on the penalty they lost.
Make it 2nd and 10 for the Alabama State Hornets. Follow the conversation on Twitter. Tweet us up in the broadcast booth at Nick Strong, at D_Fulgham44. Looks as though Mr. QB, Quincy Bledsaw, has already joined. Pass is going long. And pass is incomplete. Third down coming up here. Also a guy I know from the Bay Area, Mr. Clean. Everybody's following the conversation here on Twitter, having a good time. Tigers trying to get back into it. Still early on in the first quarter, $1:30 left, and the Tigers only trail by 14.
As you see, Alabama State is continuing with the no-huddle offense, getting the play off the sideline and turn around and just going.
Daniel Duhart drops back to pass, the screen up the middle, and almost a first down. Jared Neely with the reception, the senior out of Rock Hill, South Carolina.
As I said before, Nick, third and long situations, what are you going to see? You'll see screens and draws.
That's right.
And this situation will go to the screen. The TSU's defense needs to communicate out there and let them know of the situations that they are in. It's all about situational football. In sports, any sport you play, you have to understand the situations. I know in baseball, when I used to play back in high school, I know it was at the level you play at, Nick, but before each play, I used to tell myself, okay, if the ball's hitting me, where do I need to go? Just based off of who's on base and what base they're on.
And same way in football. You're on the defensive side of the football. You got to know which way everybody's supposed to go.
Right.
You even got to know other people's position sometimes so you can know where everybody's at all times.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, Nick.
As Isaiah Crowell gets the handoff that time. Crowell rushed for 149 yards last game off 17 carries, 2 touchdowns, as the Hornets stung the Tigers last year.
Another Hornet reference?
Our third Hornet reference.
You're on a roll with them right now, huh?
Well, you had one.
Yeah, I did. I would love to throw some Tiger references out there soon. I'm sure they'll be getting after it soon.
Crowell gets inside the 25, about a gain of 3, make it 2nd and 7. And I think that may do it here for the first quarter here at BBVA Compass Stadium. 14-0, Tigers not on the board just yet, as head coach Reggie Barlow will let the time tick and a talk. And it'll tick and a talk all the way out to 0. (14-0) your score. Tigers trying to get back into it as the Hornets lead by 2 touchdowns. You're watching Fighting Tiger Football on the TSU Sports Network.
In the nation, we worry about fire-breathing monsters, and we worry about spinach. At Nationwide Insurance, we take care of the big things like protecting you, so you only have to worry about the little stuff. We put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation that doesn't sweat it.
Nationwide is on your side.
Now, Houston has an all-new, all-news radio station, News 92 FM. Your day can change in a matter of minutes, and News 92 FM brings you up-to-the-minute news when you need it most, with traffic and weather every 10 minutes. Start your day with JP and Lana. 100% news, 0% spin all day, with traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the 9s. News 92 FM, all news, all the time.
The Ocean of Soul rocking the stadium here at BBVA Compass Stadium. The TSU cheerleaders, Nick Strong and DeJuan Fulgham and the whole TSU family taking on the Alabama State Hornets. The Tigers trail 14-0, DeJuan, and it looks as though the Tigers just didn't come prepared in that first quarter. But like I said, we still got 3 quarters left, but what did it look like to you for the TSU Tigers? Just couldn't get it going on defense there.
Well, like I said before, Nick, the playing in bad field position, almost every time Alabama State gets the ball, they're dang near in scoring position. So it's very tough for the defense, but at the same time, it's no excuse. We play defense to stop the offense. And right now, they're not doing a very good job of it. Hopefully, they made some adjustments and after the first quarter, and you'll see a different Tiger defense the second quarter.
Crowell right up the gut. As I think he may have got the first down there inside the red zone. I think they're going to give him shy of the first down, so make it 3rd and short here. Texas Southern University homecoming in 2 weeks. As Crowell takes it right back up the gut, grabs the first down. Homecoming in 2 weeks, DeJuan, and we've got my friends Connie Cochran on to talk about it in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, love when homecoming comes around. It's a big celebration. A lot of alumni come back, see old faces, good barbecue, good food, good tailgating. And it's always a great time to come back around for TSU alumni.
Also, Julia Askew will be in here. Looks though a flag on the play. And that'll back the Alabama State Hornets up to about the 25-yard line. Make it the 27 to be exact.
Still with the first down, so not facing another long first and long situation. I think the refs are still discussing where the spot of the ball will be. But once again, it looks like Alabama State offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage. They just keep handing the ball off, Nick. Doesn't matter which running back gets it. They're continuing to get yards. So unless TSU defense make an adjustment, they'll just keep handing the ball off. You know, they say if it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, and that was one thing that we saw from Prairie View a couple of weeks ago when we played here. And as they did the same thing, they ran on TSU and they threw the ball in the backfield, and the Tigers couldn't stop it. So, you know, maybe the offensive coordinator from Alabama State is seeing some of the same things here.
Maybe so. I know Prairie View ran limited type of plays, but of course, if it keeps working, they'll keep going to it. So football is all about it's a game of adjustments. This is who will make the better adjustments for the rest of the game, and we'll see how that'll play out throughout.
Daniel Duhart under center, out the shotgun formation. Duhart dropping back to pass, dancing in the backfield. He'll take it himself inside the 15-yard line, and another first down for the Alabama State Hornets.
You see, it's getting kind of contagious of quarterbacks nowadays. You see how they slide in. They don't want to take these hits. These concussions nowadays is a big deal. Safety requirements for college and NFL are picking up. As you see more and more players getting hurt because the players are bigger, faster, and stronger in this generation.
Malcolm Cyrus hit hard there inside the 10. Alabama State Hornets threatening to put up 21 points here in the first half.
Texas Southern defense needs a big turnover right here, Nick. If they want to swing this game around, a good momentum shift with a turnover, pick six, maybe, potentially. Trey Walker playing against Sam Houston State had touchdown, pick six, almost a pick six against them. Running back, I believe, like 90 yards before he got out of bounds.
Duhart hits Justin Robinson again for his second touchdown tonight. Over the middle inside the end zone, make the score 20-0 as the Alabama State Hornets lead the Fighting Tigers of TSU.
Alabama State, time of possession, they had the ball majority of the game so far. You could tell by looking at the Texas Southern defense with their hands on their hips, some on their knees. They're gassed out there, they're tired. Hopefully when Texas Southern offense gets on the field, they'll try to hold the ball a little bit longer, give their defense a little rest so they could bounce back next time Alabama State has the ball.
Extra point is up. Extra point is good. 21-0. The Alabama State Hornets lead this contest. When we return, we'll have Miss Julia Askew and Connie Cochran in to talk about homecoming activities in a couple of weeks. I'm excited. You're watching TSU football here on the TSU Sports Network.
Honest, hardworking families, they're the backbone of this city. And like you, We're fed up with the bad guys preying on those trying to make an honest living. At KHOU 11 News, we believe it is time to take a stand. We're going after the scammers, the crooks, and thieves because we believe everyone should play by the same rules. And we won't back down until we've exposed those who victimize good, hard-working people. At KHOU 11 News, we stand for Houston.
I'm Percy Crusoe. If you haven't been to French's Chicken, or if it's been a while since your last visit, no place does chicken like Frenchie's. Our chicken is seasonized with our blend of Creole herbs and spices. Our side dishes include the tastiest greens and red beans and rice you'll ever put in your mouth. Try our new King Roll rotisserie chicken at our Scott Street location. Come on by French's Chicken, where the taste lasts forever.
Is a part of your life. That's why you need the Weathercaster app from KHOU 11. Weathercaster works whenever and wherever you need it. It has unique features you can't get anywhere else, like a customizable forecast dashboard, community photo galleries, and more than 10 layers of weather radar, satellites, and data, all brought to you by the KHOU 11 meteorologists you trust. Forecast your life with the Weathercaster app. Available on your iPad and smartphone. Download it for free today.
Back to TSU football here on the TSU Sports Network. Tigers trail 21-0. Nick Strong alongside DeJuan Fulgham upstairs in the broadcast booth with two new special guests. One they call Miss Connie Cochran, the other Julia Askew, here from Texas Southern University, as me and DeJuan was talking about earlier. Homecoming in 2 weeks, where all the alumni from all over the country get to come down and travel back to the Bayou City from their great alma mater, Texas Southern, and have a good time. Ms. Cochran, what do we have going on?
We have so much going on, and there's a lot of enthusiasm from alumni. We start Thursday. Alumni start Thursday with our Tiger Paw Golf Classic. It's our 12th annual. We're out in Baytown, and usually a lot of our alums come out and participate in that event. And then Thursday night is our signature welcome back reception, where we welcome all alumni back to TSU. We're over at the Westin Galleria.
Oh, wow.
We're in the Monarch Room. A lot of our alumni stay there, or they stay at the Sheraton Suites, and they come out, and it's just a welcome back thing, and we have a really good time. And that's where we honor our chapter alumni of the year. It's a chance for us to honor the chapter alumni, the alumni who are really doing the grassroots work in the chapters to make TSU relevant and to give back to the university. And then on Friday, we'll have our general body meeting for the National Alumni Association. That will be on campus at, Julia, is it 11 o'clock a.m. And then after that is the festival on campus that we encourage alumni to take part in. And then that evening is the President's Gala. And that's where we will honor again, alumni that have done things, nationally. We recognize our chapter alumni. We have entertainment this year, Regina Bell and Howard Hewitt, as well as Natalie Foreman, George Foreman's daughter, who's an alum, and Vincent Powell, who is a former American Idol contestant, who's a TSU alum.
It's TSU, right.
So they'll all be performing at the President's Gala. It's going to be a fun time. And after the President's Gala, we hope to have a little alumni party at the hotel as well, so that we can continue the event and have a good time. And then, of course, on Saturday, we start with tailgating. I'll say tailgating first. Then we have the parade, and then more tailgating.
Where's the parade
going to be? Tailgating.
Where's the parade going to be this year?
It's downtown. We're going to do the same route that we did last year, and so we're looking forward to that. This year, tailgating, there will be a performance or entertainment so that no one has to leave the area. So it'll be a good time, and so we're really looking forward to alumni coming out and having fun. But there is a homecoming website, www.tsuhomecoming2013.com. And then, of course, you can always go to the National Alumni website, and you can go to the TSU website and /alumni. So the information is out there, definitely.
Well, talking about Texas Southern, I'm a Texas Southern product. DeJuan's a Texas Southern product. We're all Texas Southern products, and we may have a future product right here. Talking about Texas Southern, the need for scholarships and students during homecoming. Talk about it.
Well, actually, I'll take that one since Connie talked all about the alumni. I told you what we're
Fun
going to do.
stuff.
Well, the TSUNAA, which is Texas Southern University
The National
Alumni Association.
You're the president.
I am the national president, and we are going to present the university with scholarship money. We have a $100,000 challenge going, and it's not too late to give. But we're going to represent, and we're going to walk out on the field and present that to the university.
Why didn't I enroll back in school this semester?
Yes, but we also have
Is it too late for me?
15 chapters, and all 15
Now, where are those chapters from around the country?
D.C.,
You got
Los
one in D.C.,
Angeles,
okay, LA.
Chicago,
Right.
New Orleans,
Right.
Beaumont, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio.
Who's our biggest chapter?
Our largest chapter might be right here in Houston.
Well, okay, besides Houston, if not. Yeah.
Okay, San Antonio, Dallas is in there with 65, 70 members, and they're doing awesome things. But all of those chapters are giving scholarships. In fact, Metro Houston presented theirs last year at the Preview basketball game, and it's not just for incoming freshmen. We try to give back to help the students that are in school graduate.
And an exciting play down on the football field as Homer Causey's trying to get away. And he doesn't get too far, just right past the 15-yard line. Talking about the TSU NAA, and I know that's what you're the president of, Ms. Askew. Connie Cochran is actually the executive director of alumni relations and special events at TSU's campus. How is it that you guys work together to coerce or to try to get these projects done with each other?
You have to. You have to work closely together. Without a director of alumni relations, I mean, that's our liaison to the university and to know what's going on. So we have to work closely. I mean, it's just all the other chapters, I per se, call us all the time and say, how can we get our director of alumni relations to work with the National Association? You have to all be on one accord for the students.
And it's a win-win. And like Julia said, we have other schools who say, you know, we want to follow TSU's best practices because you all really have it together in terms of working together for the students. And so we know there can't be one without the other. And we're happy to work together and partner because we know we can be all that much stronger if we do. And so that's our motto.
Now, this is your first run as president.
Yes.
And how long have you been president?
This is second year.
Second year. Okay. Right. Now, I believe the last past president's been Marcus Davis, Mr. Chris LeBlanc. Who was before LeBlanc? Bert Simmons, that's right. Okay, one of my good friends. Yeah. Well, now, when you talk about TSU and you talk about working with the university, as we know we're at the school here, what about working with Dr. Rudley? What's he like?
Dr. Rudley has been very supportive of the university, really of the university as well as the Alumni Association. In fact, I was just invited to serve on the strategic planning committee for the next 5 years for the university. So he's really worked well with us.
And he made himself available at the National Alumni Convention. Alumni had a chance to talk to him one-on-one. He kind of talked about the vision for the university. And so he attends the events. He makes himself accessible, which is very important to alumni. They want to have access so that they can find out what's going on.
Now, you mentioned Miss Regina Bell. Of course, my parents would know a lot about that young lady. Talking about something for the students on campus. What would the student life be like that weekend? What's really going on?
I know Bertina Bennett. I mean, student services has a lot of activities, and we encourage the students to interact with alumni a little bit that weekend because we want to mentor them.
That's right.
We want to reach out.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about, and that's one of the things that through scholarships we want to make sure that the students know that alumni are there to support them. And so
one day I actually had to look up the definition of homecoming, because you go through high school, you go through college, and we just know it's one big party. It's for the alumni.
Exactly.
It's for the alumni to come back, give back to university, mentor those who's coming through the walls or the halls that they pass through, and it's a mix.
Speaking of Alumni Association, for all the other alumni out there who wants to get more involved with the university and alumni, how can they give back, and get involved with the chapters you're speaking of?
And I'm so glad you asked that because not only do we support athletics, which we do full force, we also came out in full numbers for freshman orientation. We wanted to be visible for the freshmen. We come out during graduation for commencement. We're doing networking activities throughout the year because we want the students to know that the alumni are there to support them in their efforts. And so there are a wide array of activities that alumni can get involved in. We send out our newsletter. There's just so many ways. And then they can always reach out to my office or reach out to the Alumni Association and say, what's going on? How can I help? I will say that alumni giving is up. Alumni participation is up. But we can always do better, obviously.
And I know where's the office at for the Alumni Association?
My office, too.
Your office, okay.
It really is.
It wasn't a Palm Center at one point, I remember.
It still is at
okay,
the
it's the Palm Center, that's right.
It is, but we direct all to get in contact with us because we do work.
Yeah,
alumni, we do work.
Yeah.
They're volunteers.
We're successful alumni.
They're volunteers.
But we ask to go through the Director of Alumni Relations office to get in contact with us. But we have our website. We do have our P.O. box. We also have addresses for the local chapters, and most of the local chapters have websites.
And we just want to remind alumni to give back. It's your responsibility. If you were given an opportunity at TSU you might not have had otherwise, it's just time to give back. Give back to the university that helped you, and that's what we want to encourage.
Could you name some different ways alumni could give back? Because I know there's other ways besides monetary ways of giving
your
back.
Time, volunteer.
Your time. Come out like we're sitting in this stadium today. Come out and support the students that are out there trying to represent our university. You know, I just have to say this, DeJuan, I need to dress you out. I mean, I need you to suit up.
Challenge. Hey, do we still have one more year eligibility for this guy? Do we have one more quarter left?
I'm just a former shell of myself. And trust me, them guys wouldn't want me out there.
I don't know about that. But we want the alumni to just come out and support. That's what we're trying to do. Get them to come out. The kids need support. Yes, we may not be winning like we should, but the students need support. They need to know we're here. So you have some of us that's going to come out. We're going to travel with the team, but we're trying to get more alumni to realize they need support.
Right, and it's not always financial. If you can volunteer your time, if we ask you to, we need volunteers for a mentoring project, or we need volunteers for freshman orientation, you can sign up. It doesn't cost you anything. We provide free parking on campus. So we just want them to get involved in every aspect of the university that they can.
Can you give your email and phone number out?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So my email is Cochran, COCHRANCL @tsu.edu. But always go to the TSU website, www.tsu.edu/alumni. And that you can get information about the National Alumni Association on my website, or anything else you want to know about what alumni are doing.
And you're asking again about how do we support and we're visible. Just to let you know, most of our chapters go out and recruit for Texas Southern. They were just in Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Brian Armstrong and his office and our New Orleans chapter was there to support them. So we're all over trying to recruit for Texas Southern University. Chapters all over, they go out and participate.
And that's an excellent point, because when the Office of Recruitment can't travel to cities because of budgetary constraints, our alumni step in.
Yeah.
And they make the difference because they're in those cities. And as a result, the average GPA of our freshman class is 3.0.
Wow.
3.0.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's huge because alumni are stepping in and they're recruiting some good students to come to the
So
university.
you're telling me if there's an alumni out there, Juneau, Alaska, and he wants to go over to Juneau High School, we can go, hey.
We will go.
Will we be able to send them a couple of forms,
We'll send them forms, but not only send them forms, we travel.
That's right.
Connie and I go together and work career fairs, college fairs, we do it all. We'll go get you.
Juneau, Alaska.
Juneau, Alaska. I want to go.
And nobody's going to be as passionate as an alum.
That's right.
They're
you're right.
going to sell the university. They're going to talk about all the good things, their good experiences, and so it works for us.
Well, as you guys, I'm right there at Yates. I'm right across the street, and, the kids at Texas Southern, Mr. Strong was Texas Southern, it's a great thing. It's a great university. It may be for you. Try it out, and we actually have a couple of students. Dr. Ward gives a full scholarship to a Yates student that comes right across the street every year to start their college career and start their college education in the field of communications. So a great university doing a lot of things. What are some things that we don't know about Texas Southern? What are some things that the people may not know about Texas Southern that you all know?
I think the first thing that I just said, the average GPA of this freshman class is 3.0.
That's big.
I don't think anyone knows that. And so what we have to do as alumni and as a university is keep those students there. Keep them engaged. Keep them
the colleges that we have, the aviation program, the Confucius Institute, some programs and colleges that we have that you can't find it at other universities.
And some things, 27% of all minority pharmacists in the country came from Texas Southern University. 27%.
One of my good friends.
27%. That's a huge percentage.
That's right.
The majority of pharmacies you go in, there's probably a TSU alum in there. Same with Thurgood Marshall. The majority of lawyers and judges in the state of Texas went to Thurgood Marshall School of Law.
Could you lovely ladies speak about the black college experience for people maybe don't know much about HBCUs? I know me coming out of high school, I didn't know much of anything about HBCUs or the black college experience until TSU came to me with an opportunity. And I know it's a little bit different from a traditional school, other traditional schools.
I can share my experience, but my experience was back in the day.
Uh-oh.
So I'm not gonna say what year, but
Nah, you're going to say it in a minute.
Well, you're still around, so you still see a lot of
but
things going
it was a
on.
caring atmosphere. I mean, they cared about you coming in, they cared about you getting out, and the departments that I was in. I mean, Dr. Kershaw and those guys,
right.
they've gone on, but if you were in that program, you were gonna graduate, and they saw to it that you were gonna graduate. So I mean, and then of course, you know, the fun that comes with the band and all the Greeks. I'm Alpha Kappa Alpha, the only way.
Only way.
So you know, there's just so much
Represented in the booth.
It's just the idea of being there and people caring about you and making sure that you are ready for the world and very successful.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. I mean, the HBCU experience is like none other, and you know, you have to experience it to know what it means. But it is about professors really caring about you and building lifelong friendships. And so, you know, and then you get obviously get a quality education, and that's what it really is all about, your education.
And as we get into I was going to say, that was my next question before you answer this. I'm not going to let you get ladies out of here now. We've got to know the year. You all are proud alumni of Texas Southern. We've got to know what year are you guys repping tonight?
I'm repping 81 and 85.
All right.
And I'm the class of 1990.
All right.
Wow.
School of Communication.
That's right. My class of 2007 and Masters 2012. Class of School of Communication as well. So.
Class of 2010, the JJ Business Building, Masters 20. What year is this? 2013. It's all a blur.
Yeah.
I don't know what year it is no more.
And as we see the Tigers trying to get back into the contest, ladies, hopefully we've got some good luck charms up here in the building. Tigers driving back down the football field. Thanks a lot.
Excuse me, before you finish, I apologize. Class of 2011 undergrad.
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm sorry.
DeJuan.
It's all a blur, man.
DeJuan.
2011, 2013.
It must be the rings.
It must be the rings. It's all a blur, man.
You've been hit with that helmet a couple times.
I'm telling you, concussions are real. Concussions are real out there.
Ladies, thanks a lot, and we will see you guys during homecoming weekend.
Thanks
all right.
so much for having us.
Regina Bell in the house.
That's right.
All right, ladies, thanks a lot. Connie Cochran, Miss Julia Askew. Whoa, and there it is. Do the Tigers have it? And they say they've got it.
I'm telling you, Nick, you don't want to
Tigers
be at the bottom
say
of that
they
pile,
got
Nick.
it. Good luck charms in the building. That may have been the one. Thanks, Connie, and thanks, Miss Askew. We'll talk to you guys soon. All right.
And TSU signal that they have the ball.
TSU signals they have it,
and so does the refs.
Do they have it, DeJuan?
Texas Southern catches their first break of the game. Hopefully, we'll see if they can capitalize on this turnover and get some points off of it.
All right. DeJuan, Miss Connie Cochran, and Julia Askew in the building, hanging out, talking about homecoming. Homecoming experience, none other like it at the HBCU and specifically Texas Southern University.
It's always good seeing alumni coming back to give back, showing love to the universities that help them get to where they are in their careers.
And as we get back to the football game here, 21-0, the Tigers trail and they get the football back. Tigers trying to get into the end zone. Homer Causey works out the shotgun. He'll overload the receivers to the right-hand side. Here comes a fumbled snap. Causey's going to have to fall right back on top of it, DeJuan. You take 2 steps forward, and then you take 3 steps back.
Yeah, it hurts when you see plays like that. You got the momentum, the crowd's getting into the game, and, you want to get into the end zone, and you have a bad snap that kind of just kills the vibe in the stadium and some of the confidence in the team. So another second and long situation, about 2nd and 20.
Just under 4:20 left to go here in the first half. Tigers trying to get on the scoreboard. Causey under center. Here comes the pressure. Screen out the backfield. And trying to get up the sideline there. About an 8-yard gain there for the TSU Tigers. Michael Showers. Check that. Not Michael Showers. And there it is. That's Malik Cross. Malik Cross gets up the field for the Tigers as he cut that corner. Had some big beef blocking back there.
It's Davion Porter, number 7.
Davion Porter, number 7, actually, the transfer, the running back.
As you see, though, it was 2nd and 20, and what play they go to? Screen. Football is a game of tendencies, and when in situational football, so you got to know when these are coming up to be able to play.
Over the middle, and nobody home. Tried to go into the end zone. And pass was deflected. 4th down coming up here And it looks as though Coach Asbury will. Is he bringing on the kicking team?
Bring on the kicking team.
He's going to bring on Jeff Anderson. Actually, Jeff Anderson, the holder. Eric Medina, the kicker. The freshman, 5'9", 170 pounds.
Coach Asbury was just wanting to get some points out of the situation, get some points on the board. Fumble snap, and no good.
Tigers can't put anything on the board here. 21-0, the Hornets still lead this contest. We'll be right back. You're watching Fighting Tiger football here on the TSU Sports Network.
I wasn't born to sit behind a desk. In fact, I wasn't born to sit at all. I was born to take action, to seize opportunities. I was born to use my strength and intelligence to protect my country. Right where it matters most, America's doorstep. I was born ready.
Go CoastGuard.com/reserve.
This old truck is why I became a meteorologist. I was 16 years old when Hurricane Alicia devastated our neighborhood. I saw firsthand the impact that the storm had on my neighbors, and I wanted to help. A buddy and I drove around in a pickup truck helping folks clean up. Right then, I knew that I wanted to spend my life studying weather and serving this community in a bigger way. I'm KHOU 11 Chief Meteorologist David Paul, and I stand for Houston.
Welcome back to TSU football here on the TSU Sports Network. 21-0 as the sounds in the background. Adrian in there. The one-man band hanging out in the audio booth. Adrian Tyler, the TSU PA announcer. Getting the crowd on their feet tonight, DeJuan.
You know, it's one good thing that follows that last text on the drive is TSU's defense was off the field for a very long time and got a chance to get some rest. So hopefully that could help them out here on defense. Ooh, big hit by number 5, Trey Walker.
Nehemiah Henry on the reception there. About a 5-yard gain there for the Alabama State Hornets as they go into the hurry-up offense. And another screen pass, another swing pass right outside, DeJuan. You talked about it. Why fix it if it's not broke?
Yeah, if they're gonna give you those yards, take it. They're giving Alabama State 5 yards every time by playing off the ball. The DB's playing off the ball. Another swing pass.
Almost
well defended by Texas Southern that time.
2nd and 10 coming up here for the Hornets. Tigers need to hold here. Still before halftime, 3:06 left to go here in the first half.
And Alabama's not slowing down either. They're still in a hurry-up offense, trying to move the ball, push up the field.
Duhart over the middle, pass is incomplete. Looks like Alabama State didn't bring their band, DeJuan.
No,
they didn't travel with them this trip.
Didn't travel. Alabama's very far away from here.
That's
from
a long
Texas.
drive.
A long drive.
Yeah.
Although I heard Alabama State flew into Houston yesterday.
Well, I saw the Alabama State Trooper car, so I know somebody had to drive. It must have been the fun bus or.
Well, that, and I know also the equipment. They usually get a bus to bring equipment down.
And out the backfield, Alabama State Hornets. First down into Tiger territory. Earl Lucas grabs the first down for the Alabama State Hornets. About a 20-yard gain there for Alabama State.
Big chunk of yards gain on that play. Another quick screen pass. gave it to another one of the athletes to make plays in the open space.
Duhart keeps it. Top side of your screen. And he loses a yard there for the Alabama State Hornets. 2nd and long here as Team TSU trying to hold the offense to no points here on this drive. And it looks as though we have a Tiger down on the far sidelines right in front of Alabama State. That'll hold us up here a minute, DeJuan, as we see the Tigers trying to hold the serve here from the Alabama State Hornets. Looks as though they're trying to do a little something different here. Looks as though they're squeezing the middle, but it looks as though the Alabama State Hornets made the adjustment, and they're swinging on the outside with all the passes there.
Yeah, once again, they're going to the quick passes. They're going to take what TSU's giving them, and they're giving these little quick passes. TSU, I believe the strategy is fine. You could take those little quick passes. We'll just come up and tackle you before you get too many yards. But at the moment, they're getting a little bit more yards than TSU wants to give up.
You can catch the rebroadcast of this football game Tuesday on CSN Sportsnet, Houston, 12 o'clock. And every home game that is played right here at BBVA Compass Stadium, you can catch the broadcast replay Tuesdays at noon. I'll be at work at Tuesdays at noon. I'll set the DVR.
Yeah, right. Me as well. The Tiger looks like he's getting up off the field now, walking to the sideline on his own free will and power, which is always another good sign.
Yeah.
Saying you, Nick, you don't ever want to see injured players out there.
No, not at all.
I know athletes, football players, they like to say, "Oh, I'm gonna put you out the game. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna do this." It's really all talk. They want to put you out for like maybe a play and you get back in. Nothing serious. Nobody likes to see a torn ACL or any career-ending injury.
And here we go. 2:23 left to go in the first half. The Alabama State Hornets trying to put 6 more up on the board. They lead 21-0. Duhart going long into the end zone. Pass is intercept. No, touchdown. Touchdown Hornets. DeMario Bell. Wow. 43-yard strike into the end zone.
Great pass to his receiver, but what makes it so much easier for him is if you watch, he had no pressure in the pocket. He had all day to throw, and when you have all day to throw, your quarterback's going to give you those great passes, those dime passes right on the money. Touchdown, as you see here. As you see there, and a big play, good catch by receiver, but the quarterback had all day to throw. If Texas Southern wants to compete in this game, they have to put some pressure on his quarterback, or he will continue to do this.
A 43-yard strike into the end zone makes the score 28-0. And the Tigers have not answered just yet. But they've got 2:09 to get inside the end zone here. But the Alabama State Hornets, DeJuan, went for the whole house there. And they were able to build it. They went up top. They went down low to DeMario Bell and hit him inside the end zone. You talked about no pressure there. And you talked about early on in the game, or in our pregame opening, DeJuan, the defensive line had to be there tonight for the Tigers for them to be successful.
Right now, Alabama State's controlling the line of scrimmage, and when they pass it, they have all day to pass. The D-line for Texas Southern's not getting no pass rush and no pressure on the quarterback, and not moving Alabama State into their territory.
Back deep to receive for the Tigers. As though Davion Porter, and there was Ramon Silas on the return, and nobody home. Tigers get all the way up to about the 18-yard line, and they're going to have to drive 82 yards to get into the end zone here.
As you notice, some players supporting breast cancer awareness by wearing pink gloves, pink wristbands.
It's October.
It is October.
That's right.
So you see each team showing their support for breast cancer awareness.
Here comes the handoff, and the Hornets are swarming around the Fighting Tigers of TSU. No yardage there. Second down. And a timeout, Alabama State, as they'll try to save a little clock here and get the ball back before the half. Wow.
Alabama State look like they're showing no mercy.
A minute and 54 left to go here in the first half. And the Tigers are trying to get a first down here. That'll break the Alabama State's chances of maybe getting the ball back, with the Alabama State Hornets using all their timeouts here in the first half.
Right. An old coach used to say to me, if kill a gnat with a sledgehammer. If they don't want to play with you, just blow them out. And those are quotes that my old coaches used to say to me.
A sledgehammer?
Yeah, a gnat with a sledgehammer. It's called overkill, man. If they don't want to play with you, just blow them out. If TSU don't compete with them, they're going to continue putting points on the board.
The Ocean of Soul getting ready to take the field at halftime. They always put on the show. You talk about breast cancer. I'm looking at pink flags from the TSU flags down there. They've got pink flags.
As well as they're wearing pink outfits.
Yeah. Causey uses his legs, brings the ball down. He's going to have to run. No, he passes it. Hits a receiver at the 40-yard line. Wow, what a pass. What a catch by Jaquaa Peters.
Very close to cross the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and they may have got him right there.
Flag.
Yeah. Looked pretty close to me, too.
What the refs are saying right now is a legal forward pass as a quarterback crossed the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball.
Let's take a look and we can see that replay. The referee give us the call there. And it's going to be about a 5-yard penalty there.
Been checking up on your rule book?
Was it 10? DeJuan.
Oh, man.
I thought it was 5.
It may be. We'll see.
That was the part I didn't get a chance to read. I said I was reading. I said I was catching up on it.
They're waving the flag off. They're
actually going to wave it off.
He did not cross the line of scrimmage, and it was not an illegal forward pass. So good news for the Texas Southern Tigers.
Well, they could have just looked at our production crew. They're doing a good job there on the cameras, getting us some good angles, some good coverage.
Just take a quick look at the big screen up ahead in this nice BBVA Compass Stadium.
Nice stadium here tonight.
Very nice.
A lot of seats.
Night.
I mean, a lot of seats open, but, Alabama State's they travel.
Far
they
away.
travel. That's right. That's a long drive to travel with all your fans. High snap. Causey brings it down. Gets out the pocket, and he's brought down behind the 30-yard line, closer to the 25. About a 15-yard loss there for the TSU Tigers.
But guess who? Number 32, Courtney Berry with the sack.
Yeah, you talked about him earlier. You like him, DeJuan.
I do. Heck of a player. He's coming downhill. Everything you see from him is what you want from your linebacker. And Coach Ramsey, like I said before, spoke very highly of him. Said, he's a great player, tremendous upside potential, and just have a motor. Nick, he just keeps going at the ball and making plays. He's right now leading Alabama State's defensive tackles as a freshman, which is very impressive.
Takes a linebacker to like a linebacker.
I like to show appreciation to the art of a linebacker.
Well, we've had some great linebackers to play the game. Actually, I know one of the good linebackers that came out of Alabama State, Eddie Robinson, back in the early 90s, played with the Houston Oilers. He's actually coaches some baseball here in Houston, Texas, been active inside the Houston community, been doing some positive things. Alabama State last went to the SWAC championship, and that year, 2011, 27th meeting, 2010 actually, 27th meeting between these two schools. ASU leads the series 14-10. Causey goes up top, hits Shipman, and he's shy of the 40-yard line. Third down coming up here for the Tigers.
Just got to keep chipping away. See him getting some of the yards back from the huge sack they took a minute ago. And now they'll try to get it to get a first down in this play. Try to get something going before the half. They like to get some points on the board, Nick. That's what they're shooting for. They got to get that goose egg off.
Alabama State uses their final timeout here. So if TSU can possibly get into the first down area, might have a chance at a long field goal before the half. They've got to put up some points before the half ends.
It's big on the players' morale going into halftime. They have something to look forward to going into the half, getting some points on the board, feel like you're still in the game. Of course, there's a whole other half to play. They're still in the game per se, as long as they make some adjustments and come out the back being productive and efficient, getting down the field, scoring points. But to start that off, they need to get something, at least a field goal or a touchdown before halftime.
$1:10 left to go here in the first half. Homer Causey still under center for the Tigers. The transfer from Shaw University. Causey lines him up 4 wide. Drops back to pass. Rushes out the pocket. Has to throw. No. Will take it himself. And he's brought down and around the 36-yard line. Maybe a loss of 1. 4th down coming up here for Team TSU. They'll have to bring on the punt team. And the Alabama State Hornets to give it one more dance here.
It'll be interesting what they'll try to do, Nick. The clock is steady running. I wouldn't be surprised as when they punt it, and wherever they get off the punt, they'll bring the offense out and take a knee going to halftime. But then again, if it's a big return,
yeah, you might take one shot into the end zone.
You might take one shot, maybe a field goal, but we'll see depending on his return. But TSU's trying to kill as much clock as they can.
And they're going to actually take the penalty. No, they took the timeout? Okay, yeah, they took the timeout.
Yeah, took the timeout. So they want to burn as much clock as they can. You can bring it down to 1 second left of the play clock to make sure Alabama State don't have that much time on the board to do anything before the half.
21 seconds left to go here in the first half. TSU takes a timeout, and they're going to talk about it. I'm guessing pretty much as a punt team, you kind of want to get the ball on the sidelines, or you don't want to give the punt returner too much space to return this football.
You don't. You want to get hang time. Make sure your players get down the field.
Coffin corner, as they call it.
They also and they'll try to kick it in direction away from the return man, and make sure that's the direction your defense is going. Well, TSU is going. So they kick it to the right. TSU need to be going to the right.
Okay. And it looks like they're going to try to block it here. They're going to rush.
Is TSU going to the right and your kicker kicks it to the left.
And as he kicked it to the returner's right, and it's a fumble. TSU may have it. And no, the Alabama State Hornets get it at around their own 10-yard line.
Almost caught another break right before halftime, which they dearly needed. They had an opportunity. We did not get a chance to make it. Now we should see Alabama State coming out to take a knee to go into halftime.
9 seconds left to go here in the first half. Tigers trail 28-0. Well, it almost was a good break there for the TSU Tigers. Could have been a big break.
As you see, they're lining up to take a knee in their victory formation, as people will call it. And we'll run the clock down until halftime.
That'll do it here for the first half. 28-0. The Hornets of Alabama State lead the Fighting Tigers of TSU. DeJuan, the Tigers couldn't put up.
We want to make Houston a safer place, so we shine a light on shady dealings and shady people.
People doing things they shouldn't be doing or not doing things they should.
We want to do our part by taking a closer look, digging deeper, going where you can't.
Because we believe you have the right to not be cheated or threatened or used.
It's why we're always watching out for you.
We're the KHOU 11 News I-Team, and we stand for Houston.
the end of an era.
All the parties, the stories.
I'm gonna miss your smell. You were my first.
What? I knew it.
It's true.
Oh man, I'm sorry I broke your leg.
I wrote a song. Sorry. Here we go.
Keep the good times going with the crisp, refreshing taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Whoa! Check out this new couch.
Welcome back to the Bud Light Halftime Show here on the TSU Sports Network. Coming out on the field, the great Ocean of Soul. Oh, I tried. The Ocean of Soul here on the Halftime Show at the new BBVA Compass Stadium. Take it away, Ocean.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for true halftime entertainment. If you're looking for halftime, make some noise. Now, it's the shit. The natural world of pride of all-star state. The one and only shit. To get a hook of the most exciting band on the planet, say it with me now. Oh shit. Now lean way back and say, let's recognize that one word that truly describes all of our women. Beauty. against Preston. Speaking of TSU family, we introduce to you Dr. Antoine Robinson, interim director of TSU's Placement Center, along with students, graduates, Ray Burnside, Dorothy Cooking, Silas Watusauce.
Good evening, TSU family. I know there's not one here or any man who truly loves a woman that's not aware of the threat breast cancer poses to our loved ones. I hope you also know that while we pray God's hand and blessings over all of the treating prayerfully on the cure, we must forget, like the old song says, Jesus is my doctor. Right now, we're going to take our petition to the one who truly made it out. We're going to take it to the King.
When we send an IBW electrician to your job site, I expect my electrical worker to be neat. I expect him to be professional. I expect him to be on time. I expect him to be productive. I expect him to do everything in his power or her power to ensure that employer is successful. Because what's going to get us more work is successful jobs.
The time is now to hire IBW electricians.
It's morning across Houston, the start of a brand new day. From Pearland to Pasadena, from Galveston to Humble. No matter where you live in this great city, our mission is to make mornings easier for you, bringing you the news, weather, and traffic you need to start your day. Up to the minute, the second you're up. KHOU 11 News this morning.
Honest, hard-working families, they're the backbone of this city. And like you, we're fed up with the bad guys preying on those trying to make an honest living. At KHOU 11 News, we believe it is time to take a stand. We're going after the scammers, the crooks, and thieves, because we believe everyone should play by the same rules. And we won't back down until we've exposed those who victimize good, hard-working people. At KHOU 11 News, we stand for Houston.
I'm Percy Crusoe. If you haven't been to French's Chicken, or if it's been a while since your last visit, no place does chicken like Frenchie's. Our chicken is seasonized with our blend of Creole herbs and spices. Our side dishes include the tastiest greens and red beans and rice you'll ever put in your mouth. Try our new King Roll rotisserie chicken at our Scott Street location. Come on by French's Chicken, where the taste lasts forever.
I guess I always thought Chris would go to college. But then he told me about this UA apprenticeship. The best training in education, learning a skill for a job that'll stay right here. The chance to earn a degree. A secure career with a future. I was impressed. But when he told me it wouldn't cost us a dime, that they'd pay him great money right from the start, I was sold.
Opportunity. It's waiting for you at UA.org.
Welcome back to Fighting Tiger Football here on the TSU Sports Network. Tigers trail at the half 28-0. The Fighting Tigers of TSU trying to get back into the points column. Well, here's some of your first half highlights. The Alabama State University Hornets all over the Tigers inside the backfield, making Homer Causey miss. Wow, bringing them down. The Hornets swarming all over the Fighting Tigers of TSU. Here is Isaiah Cronwell, the second-year Alabama State Hornet, all the way from University of Georgia. Here he is just mopping over Tigers. And here we see Justin Robinson getting into the end zone. That was his first reception. That was his first touchdown reception. And here comes the big fullback, number 45, just mowing over Tigers. And here we see again, as we see Dustin Duhart. Dustin Duhart was able to use his legs in the first half. He was mobile, not a lot of pressure, and we see he used his legs to toss it over the middle over to Justin Robinson for his second touchdown of the contest. On the other side of the football, the Texas University Tigers didn't score any points, but they were able to move the ball just a bit. Not too much, but you saw what they wanted to do. You saw Homer Causey doing what he wanted to do in the backfield. You saw Davion Porter wanted to do in the backfield. But the key was to get the receivers the football. And as you can see right there, Elston Lane, Dedric Shipman, Davion Porter, they all got a couple of receptions outside the backfield. Homer Causey wasn't bad, kind of effective, just wasn't able to put any points on the board. But the Tigers there, And then as we see, the Alabama State Hornets couldn't get much done on defense right there. The Tigers tried to put the defensive stop on them, 28 points, but hey, the Tigers still had a couple of highlights. They were still able to do a couple of things they wanted to do with the defensive side of the football, just not going the TSU Tigers' way this contest. There you have it, the first half highlights there from the Texas Southern University football and the Alabama State Hornet football game here tonight on the TSU Sports Network. KHOU 11.2, Bounce TV in your homes. Hanging out with us, Nick Strong alongside DeJuan Fulgham. DeJuan Fulgham is back from his lunch break, 28-0 Alabama State over the TSU Tigers, DeJuan.
Yeah, so I just seen some of the TSU coaches say they made some adjustments for the second half. We'd like to see these players put their play into effect. We'll see how TSU come out and react after the halftime from the 28-0 first half.
As we see a couple of stats there from the first half, Homer Causey was actually 8 for 12 to 1, 85 yards passing.
And we could tell from those stats there are a lot of short passes, not much. You could tell we're not taking many shots down the field, which they need to do to play a little catch-up in the second half, Nick.
Yeah, and as we also see, Homer Causey was also sacked 5 times. 2 of those was by Darion Washington, 1.5 sacks by Courtney Berry, and Leland Baker on the other half a sack there. I never really got that half a sack, DeJuan. Come on. Don't you give a guy full credit on that one. You got to give him half credit.
Well, when there's 2 guys on a sack, you tend to give the second person on a sack the half a sack. The shared sacks. We're kind of stingy when we come to our stats, Nick. We want all the sacks to ourselves.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been there where I got assist tackles or assisted sacks, and so you get half credit for it because you didn't take them down all by yourself.
And there on the pitch was Davion Porter from Homer Causey, actually. Davion Porter in the first half to 1, disappointing 4 yards for only on 6 carries, by the way.
Yeah, very disappointing show on the offensive side as a whole. You want to get your running game going. They're trying to give them some touches. They're not giving enough touches. One problem was the time of the possession. Alabama State had the ball majority of the first half, and when you're at TSU's offense and you're going 3 and out, you don't give yourself very many opportunities for your playmakers to get the ball.
Dedric Shipman on the reception there for the TSU Tigers. Shipman in the first half, 3 catches, 19 yards. He has 4 now on the evening.
Another big third down conversion, Nick. TSU needs to keep the ball going, get some momentum for this game.
And pass was tipped there, and as we saw, TSU in the first half 0 for 8 on third down conversions, make it 0 for 9. DeJuan, that's just not going to get the job done if you can't get it done on third down.
It's not. Third down conversions are very important in football. You got to be able to get these third down conversions to keep the drive alive. Trust me, Nick. You're not going to score very many points if you don't score. Convert third down plays.
We're just checking out some of the stats here as I saw after this reception here. As we see the Alabama State Hornets taking it to the 40, 45, 50 flag on a play. He's wide open. He'll touch the end zone right here if he gets past one TSU Tiger. And he does not. He's brought down inside the 5-yard line. DeJuan on third down conversions for the Alabama State Hornets, 1 for 7. But check this. On fourth down conversions, 2 of 2.
That's where you win ball games at, and that's why coaches get paid the big bucks to make those decisions on fourth downs. If your third down percentage is low, but your Alabama State percentage is high, first down, you can't complain about that, Nick. You're still converting, getting the sticks moving. It shows a lot of confidence the coach has in their team to try a fourth down play.
As we see the Alabama State Hornets getting ready to take over on offense, Daniel Duhart, 14 for 21, completing his passes to 165 yards in the air off 3 TDs, and he's only been sacked 1 time tonight.
Like I said before, TSU needs to put pressure on the quarterback. If you give a quarterback all day to throw, he will be an all-star back there. These are college athletes who got scholarships to play ball. There are no scrubs out here, Nick. So if you don't put pressure on his quarterback, he'll look like Peyton Manning out there.
And Peyton Manning's been looking really good this year.
Peyton Manning's been looking really good this year.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to all the fantasy owners who have them as his fantasy football quarterback. I don't. I'm actually going against Peyton Manning this week in fantasy football. So, unfortunately for me, I'm probably going to take another loss.
Earl Lucas picks up the reception right there for the Alabama State Hornets. He now has 4 on the evening. We talked about Isaiah Crowell. 14 rushes, 77 yards in that first half for him.
Very, very active. Give him the ball. Give him a lot of touches. Make sure you give your athlete the ball to make plays, because your athletes are your playmakers.
Here was another interesting stat that stood out to me, DeJuan. 18 first downs there for Alabama State.
Compared to how many first downs for Texas Southern?
1.
And there you go. You see the difference in the game. One team's converting first downs, and that team's converting first downs are putting points on the board. TSU needs to be able to convert first downs and get the ball down the field to be able to score, to get back into this game before it is too late.
And fourth down coming up here for Team Alabama State. So they're going to have to punt. And going back deep for the TSU Tigers, number 25, Trenton Richmond. Trent Richmond stands back on the Tigers' own 10-yard line. He'll fair catch it, and he has to hold on to it. Now, if you fair catch it, you can just let it go. I mean, as well, can't you? I mean, you're at the 8-yard line. How far back can you get?
It's a cardinal sin to catch the ball within the 5-yard line. When that happens, just kind of act like you're going to catch it and let it take your chance to bounce in the end zone to give yourself a better field position. You catch on the 5-yard line, you're stuck there.
Let's play one of our trivia games. Do you know TSU? Do you know TSU? Here's the question. In what year was the TSU Ocean of Soul founded? In what year was the TSU Ocean of Soul founded? Tweet your answers to TXSO Tigers, Tigers, at TXSO Tigers. Tweet your answers, and who knows, you may win some free tickets to the homecoming game next week.
Good game to come to.
Yeah.
Also, it was good to see support out here at Texas Southern football game, especially with the athletes supporting other athletes. It's always a good thing to see. You see members from basketball, track, other almost intercepted there. Other athletes supporting other athletes is big, because supporting is what players need sometimes. They just need to know with somebody have their back. And shout out to the TSU track team. I've seen a couple guys and gals from the track team out supporting tonight at the Tiger game.
Not only was that pass almost picked off, DeJuan, but it was almost picked off into the end zone for 6. You talked about the homecoming game, which takes place in 2 weeks. The Tigers will be taking on the Braves of Alcorn State University, a Mississippi team.
Mississippi team, another conference foe. So it's a must-win. It's not no team that Division III team you're gonna be playing for homecoming to try to get a win. It's another conference foe, very tough team to play, and hopefully it'll be a good turnout.
Homer Causey hits number 81. Billy Rosenberg, the tight end. A 36-yard completion there for Homer Causey.
Speaking of athletes from other sports, he also is a basketball player.
Davion Porter hits the sideline, has a couple of Hornets to beat, gets all the way just shy of the 20.
Nick, those are the big plays you expect and you want to see from Davion Porter. You know he has a speed. When he gets the edge, it's a track meet, it's a track race. And he's ran out of real estate there, Nick. But those are the type of plays you want to see from your athletes, getting out in open space and outrunning people and getting as many yards as they can.
A 32-yard gain there for Davion Porter. Looks as though the Tigers may have something cooking here. Causey drops back to pass, going deep into the end zone. Wow. Tried to hit Jaquaa Peters here on the cross route into the end zone. The post route, actually. Is that a post? I saw
corner
I know the post.
Post is when you run to the goal post.
Right.
Corners when you run to the corner.
Okay.
It try
the
to
corner of the end zone. I mean the.
Yeah.
Okay.
They try to break it down in layman terms for guys. It
Like
is what
me.
it is what it
Like
says.
me.
Corner. Yeah. Corner route. You run to the corner. Post. You run to the goal post. It's okay, Nick. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. That's why you're here. 28-0. The Tigers trail this one by 28. We'll keep it right here, DeJuan. We'll talk it over. The Tigers trying to get into the end zone. They've got something cooking here on offense. A big run by Davion Porter. A couple of passes complete by caught by Jaquaa Peters. What do the Tigers need to do to get inside the end zone right here on this drive?
Get in the end zone.
Get in the end zone.
Get in the end zone. All means necessary. Run past, but what they do not need is another sack.
Yeah.
They've been getting sacked a lot. You expect Alabama State to bring the pressure here. They're not going to give their quarterback any time to scramble, run, any time to make any passes. Just so expect a rush, a blitz to put pressure on TSU.
Yeah, and the Tigers have been sacked 5 times tonight. They've been sacked 5 times tonight, as we see, and trying to get to number 6. (28-0). Here come the Tigers. And Homer Causey trying to do it with his legs, and he throws the ball away. As you talked about, DeJuan, you didn't want to get sacked right there, but you also didn't want to get pressure where you had to throw away the football at the same time.
Right, but at the same time, you live to fight another day. You see, get rid of the ball. He didn't take no sack, no loss of yards, and it's now 2nd down and 10. So they're okay with that. TSU will take that.
2nd down and 10. It looks as though there's a flag on the play. The Tigers get backed up, actually, about 10 more yards. Looks though it will go against the Tigers. So it's going to be 2nd and long, actually 3rd and long, from just shy of the 35-yard line. 10 minutes and 52 seconds left to go here in this 3rd quarter.
This is a bad sign for Texas Southern. You do not want to see taking any penalties, backing up any type of loss of yards, especially when you're already struggling to get yards in the first place.
Homer Causey out the gun, dropping back to pass, pressure in the pocket, can't get away. 6 sacks tonight for the Alabama State Hornets, DeJuan.
They're swarming the football, Nick. All hats is flying to the ball. They all look hungry. They all want to get some of Homer Causey.
Yeah, when you're trying to get to the top side of your conference, you're on a 3-game winning streak. The only game you lost to in conference is Jackson State. You're looking for your 4th consecutive win. You just keep playing. You just keep playing, and you just keep playing, and you're hungry and hungry every play.
Alabama State, they're competing against Jackson State because they play on the same side of the conference to get to the SWAC championship. So taking a loss from Jackson State puts them behind, and they must get some more, win every game they can from here on out.
Tigers went for it on 4th down there as they threw the ball inside the end zone, and I mean, the cornerback wanted to catch the ball, but it was probably good that he didn't catch the ball. He would have been backed up into the 20-yard line.
He would have
had he been a touchback.
It would probably been a touchback.
Yeah.
So good. In that case, it's probably best that he didn't catch it. But trust me, he wanted to catch it.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Interceptions always look good on your resume.
You talked about the stats. You talked about being greedy with the stats.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm playing defense. What me and my old teammates used to do is compete against each other. We tried to get more tackles than each other. We was like, before the games, like, man, I'm going to get more tackles than you. And, just get a competitive edge and makes you a better player because you're trying to get these tackles, these sacks, these interceptions. So we turned into a game.
What a pass going downfield.
Good
Tried to hit Jamil Johnson.
By Michael Holmes, another dual athlete. He also runs track on the men's team. Actually went to nationals with the 4x4 team, I believe.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Michael Holmes, a fast guy all the way from South Park, Texas, Jones High School. Played wide receiver early on.
Yeah, I remember I played with him back in the day, Nick. Back in the day. Back when I was younger. He was a freshman when I was a senior, and just seeing him. He played on a scout team a lot. He played receiver, and so we always talk a little mess and going against each other, and just he helped make the team better. And now a couple years later, you see him in a starting role, getting a lot of playing time and making plays for the Tigers. So this generation gap of watching players progress and grow and become older, it's an amazing thing to watch.
Earl Lucas on a reception there for the Alabama State Hornets. Malcolm Cyrus gets right past the 45-yard line. Looks like Isaiah Cronwell's night may be done. I don't think he surpassed the 100-yard mark, but he got up to about 8. I don't think he's got to carry this this half.
Still early. unless he's hurt, I expect him back in the game at least till they get to the fourth quarter. But who knows? They have a lot of different athletes in the backfield to give the ball to.
Yeah. And they've been looking good at the back there on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, so besides Isaiah Crowell, they also have some threats in the backfield who's been very productive against the Tigers today.
And let's see if anybody knows the answer. What year was the TSU Ocean of Soul founded? I'm going to guess 1969. Oh! 1969.
Was that the number you was going for?
That's the number I was going to go for.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. No, I was going to. I was just looking in the book right here.
Oh.
And I saw 1969. Well, I wasn't looking in the book.
Sure,
I guessed before I looked in the book. And then I saw it in the book, and then I saw it on the television screen.
I don't think the fans appreciate you cheating when they don't have no records to pull up.
I'm a TSU guy all the way. They'll understand.
They'll understand.
They'll understand. Yeah. 1969. What a year. I wasn't even around that year.
Yeah, I'm about to ask you, how old were you around that time?
Let's say -14.
-14.
Wow.
All right. It's too many numbers for me to add up, so I'm not even going to try.
Here comes Malcolm Cyrus again, cutting through the hole, getting up about to the 20-yard line.
One of their dual threat running backs. Seeing he's having a big night as well.
Calorie filled night here at BBVA Compass Stadium.
Enjoying the good eats from concession stands out here at BBVA Stadium.
Fans having a great time as Earl Lucas steps out of bounds.
Enjoying the event atmosphere here.
19-yard line. Excuse me?
Enjoying the event atmosphere here.
Yeah. You know, this place next week and a couple weeks will be rocked for homecoming. I think last year they had Zap out here.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Zap, yeah.
Yeah, I know the Ocean of Soul will be rocking.
Yeah, of course.
Can we get another Ocean of Soul?
No.
No?
I try. I just love the way that Adrian does it.
Yeah, I know, man. We're not all able, man. I would try it too, but I have to embarrass myself how he does it.
Having a fun time up here in the broadcast booth. 28-0 your score. Just under 7 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. TSU trying to fight through the year. They haven't won a football game yet. 0-4, 0-3 in conference play. You go up against a school like Alabama State. But we talked about this earlier, DeJuan, after the game last time we did against Prairie View. The road didn't get any tougher for TSU. As we see going up into the end zone, we saw after the Prairie View game you had to go up to Huntsville, Texas, and play against Sam Houston Bearcats, who essentially go to the Division I FCS championship every year. Then you had to backdoor and go up to Jackson State and play on a Thursday night, on a ESPNU Thursday night game. And then you come back and you got to go all the way to Alabama, to play Alabama A&M. And a tough loss, 12-10 last week versus the Bulldogs. And then you go against a good team in Alabama State here. The road did not get any easier for the Tigers.
It didn't, and it's always tough to go on the road, especially weeks at a time, and staying composed, taking these long traveling trips, and playing well, especially against prominent powerhouse teams like the Sam Houston, who's goes to the national title game each and every year. The Jackson States, he's always been a prominent powerhouse in the SWAC, as well as Alabama A&M, and as you see now, Alabama State, who's been very consistent and well coached and really good team for the past several years.
(28-0), and it looks as though Alex Luthen is going to attempt the field goal here. It is up and it is good. 31-0. The Tigers trail with 7 minutes and 14 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching Fighting Tiger Football here on the TSU Sports Network.
Weather is a part of your life. That's why you need the Weathercaster app from KHOU 11. Weathercaster works whenever and wherever you need it. It has unique features you can't get anywhere else, like a customizable forecast dashboard, community photo galleries, and more than 10 layers of weather radar, satellites, and data, all brought to you by the KHOU 11 meteorologists you trust. Forecast your life with the Weathercaster app. Available on your iPad and smartphone. Download it for free today.
This old truck is why I became a meteorologist. I was 16 years old when Hurricane Alicia devastated our neighborhood. I saw firsthand the impact that the storm had on my neighbors, and I wanted to help. A buddy and I drove around in a pickup truck helping folks clean up. Right then, I knew that I wanted to spend my life studying weather and serving this community in a bigger way. I'm KHOU 11 Chief Meteorologist David Paul, and I stand for Houston.
Welcome back to Tiger Football here on the TSU Sports Network. 31-0. Somebody's job is going to get taken there in the backfield. You've got to give it up to the Alabama State Hornets. Isaiah Cromwell and Malcolm Cyrus getting a chance to show off here for the Alabama State Hornets. We talked about Isaiah Crowell making the Walter Payton Award list, but also Malcolm Cyrus has been doing a good job mopping up and coming right behind Isaiah Cromwell. The Hornets 31 points to show for it.
Very well so. They're easily, proclaimed as a dual threat in backfield. But most importantly, what I want to show more emphasis is greater part of this game is Alabama State's defense. In the first half, they held Texas Southern to 8 total yards in the first half. 8 total yards. That is very impressive by any standard on any defense.
Yeah, give him 27 plays for 8 yards. And when you talk about trying to advance a team and trying to progress a team any further, you know, one of the things that drives crowds and fans and even some of your football team is the offense.
It really offense sell tickets. You know, say defense win championships, but if you want to sell tickets, you want to get people in the stadium, you got to score points, put up big points. That's what people love to see. Not very many people enjoy the aspect of a defensive game, a 5-3 final score
defense,
game. You know,
94, 5 yards, replay, first down.
As we see, that penalty will go against the Alabama State Hornets, 5 yards forward for the TSU Tigers. No, DeWanya, you're right. Offense sells the tickets, defense wins the championships, and it showed in 2010.
It did. The championship game, we played Alabama State. We won the game 11-6.
Well, you're right about that. But one of the games that sold a lot of tickets, if you can remember, was the Thursday night game against Grambling.
that was a big game.
That was the big game. The Grambling game that year.
People used to say that was a SWAC championship game. It was both of us competing. Whoever won that game
Number
was
3's helmet came off.
He must be that year because I remember it was an overtime game. Matter of fact, that's right. It
came out to the last play, 4th down. Was up by 7, and they had to get in the end zone, 4th and 2 on the goal line. And we had a goal line stop to win the game to reach our first outright right to go to the championship game.
Right.
Before we took on and won that game.
Well, yeah, because I can remember the quarterback from Grambling had to be about this tall. He had to be about 5'3".
He was very shifty. It was hard for me to get my hands on him.
What was that, huh?
It was hard for me to get my hands on him. I'm not gonna lie. I did get him. I think sacked him 3 times, but I also missed 3 other sacks. So he was very elusive.
Yeah, and another game that I remember that was our first game we did was the homecoming game versus Mississippi Valley, as we see Davion Porter, and there's a flag on a play. And then also I remember the game against Arkansas Pine Bluff.
That was actually the really clinched our outright berth to the championship game.
It would be nice if we could show a little footage of that here on the TSU Sports Network, huh?
Oh yeah, it would be nice. Bring up old memories. Good times. But I do expect Texas Southern to prominent powerhouse again in the SWAC and winning games. I know they're dealing with a lot of sanction violations with the NCAA that's hurting them with the recruits and playing time and practice times.
Well, I mean, I guess your wish came true, DeJuan. I mean, here's some footage there.
Oh.
Who's that guy right there?
Oh man, this is vintage, ain't it? You got some plays. Okay.
Looks like the 11-6 game right there.
You're right, and that's why we got a safety just now. I don't know where they
look at this guy. He goes from the field into the broadcast booth. Hey, take us through some of those highlights. There you go. Here's your highlight package.
Good time. Just having a good time out there, man. Having a blast. And they found some more clips.
Yeah. Now that's actually is that the
Labor Day Classic?
Okay, no, that's Labor Day Classic. That's the Reliant.
A couple of sacks I had early in the game. Some TFLs. Just staying active, Nick.
Oh wow. ULM. Oh whoa. What a game there. And
hey, good times.
Complete a pass there for the TSU Tigers. Now that you all played Monroe, let me see. Okay, that might have been your junior. That might have been your sophomore year when you played Monroe. Because I remember going up there in the rain that night.
Was my junior
that was your junior year?
Junior. Yes.
I remember going up there in the rain that night.
Yeah, it was.
It was pouring down cats and dogs, man.
And yeah, and their quarterback seemed to still throw the ball with no problems. I'm telling you, we played against some great athletes in my time. I know I say my time like it wasn't a couple years ago, but and man, enjoyed myself, enjoyed my career here at Texas Southern. Had a good time on and off the field. I have another great things to say about Texas Southern and what it showed and taught me.
31-0, the Tigers trail the Alabama State Hornets.
To your job site, I expect my electrical worker to be neat. I expect him to be professional. I expect him to be on time. I expect him to be productive. I expect him to do everything in his power or her power to ensure that employer is successful. Because what's going to get us more work is successful jobs.
The time is now to hire IBW electricians.
It's the end of an era.
All the parties. The stories.
I'm gonna miss your smell.
You were my first.
What? I knew it.
It's true.
Oh man, I'm sorry I broke your leg.
I wrote a song. Sorry. Here we go.
Keep the good times going with the crisp, refreshing taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Whoa. Check out this new couch.
Welcome back to Tiger Football here on the TSU Sports Network. Here's a napkin, DeJuan. DeJuan Fulgham saw some of his old highlight tapes out there. I had to reel him in. I just had to. I couldn't let the day pass. I had to go to Alonzo Giles, the TSU video coordinator. Had to get some of DeJuan's old packages, highlight tapes, because I asked DeJuan, if he wanted to broadcast the games this year. He was a former Tiger. He's a former player. He knows the game, and he knows his stuff. He knows his defensive stuff. He was a former SWAC Player of the Year on the defensive side of the football, and we had to show some of your highlight tapes.
Well, thank you for catching me off guard.
Yeah,
I truly was not expecting that.
I did.
And you
well, he said it would be nice to see some of those tapes.
I mean, of course, it would be nice. Still wasn't expecting it. Brought back some good memories.
What was the first thing that came to your mind when you saw it?
How much fun I was having.
Yeah.
I seen a smile on my face, making plays and stuff. Of course, winning games will do that. Will make everybody happy, put a smile on your face. But I was having a good time out there with the teammates I had, the camaraderie, just the relationship I built with that team and those players on that team, and the memories I always forever take on with me.
Well, you got to remember, man. I mean, bringing a SWAC championship back to TSU hadn't been done in a long time. And that 2010 season
first outright championship.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Last time they won, we shared a three-way.
And that tie. Was in the 70s.
Yeah, it was back before they actually had a championship game held.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big. People still talk about that year, man. It was a great year for Texas Southern.
It was. What we tried to do mainly was to lay a foundation down.
Yeah. And as we see Tiger's second sack of the evening here. You can watch this football game Tuesday at noon following all home games. You can watch the replay on CSN Houston, Comcast Sportsnet Houston. Every Tuesday after a home game, 12 o'clock. You can watch DeJuan Fulgham's highlight tape again Tuesday at around, let's see, it's about, 8 o'clock right now? So you guess you can catch around 2 o'clock on Tuesday?
I guess so. I have to tune in to relive those memories once more.
I'll get you a copy of that.
You give me a copy?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, brother.
You probably
I
already got a couple
that.
copies.
I had I don't know what I did with it. I know the first clip I had it. That was a clip that it was I won the National Black College Player of the Year award for the defense. And they put that package together for me when I gave to do my thank you speech for receiving an award down in Orlando.
Wow!
Got a chance to meet Michael Strahan, another former TSU.
What did he say to you when he found out you were from TSU?
Well, I walked up to introduce myself.
How big was he, first of all?
Well, he lost a lot of weight. He's skinnier now.
Okay,
He's not leaner. I'll say that. He's pretty tall. I'll have to pull a picture up for you. But I walked up to him and introduced myself. And he was like, I was like, hey, my name is DeJuan. Before I even finished my sentence, he was like, man, I know you.
Yeah,
I know you.
He
It's
follows
okay
Texas Southern.
Yeah, he does. You know, me. I'm like, oh man, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't know you knew me, but it's okay. One fellow Tiger to another. You like to see alumni just keeping up with their old school and just keeping up with sports and athletics and everything about it.
Michael Strahan, a former Tiger. Actually, and there is
a New York Giants champion.
Yeah, and Super Bowl ring two times, right?
I believe it was just one.
One
if
time?
I'm not mistaken.
One
I thought
time,
I think he won when they won the first one.
Right.
I think he retired right after that. That's how you gotta do it. You gotta go out on top.
You do.
My last season I ever played was a championship run too, and I had to hang the cleats up.
Well,
you
got to think about it. Michael Strahan, former Tiger, now television star. DeJuan Fulgham, former Tiger, now television star.
I'm just a guy. I'm just trying to make it, man.
Well, got to shout out to Michael Strahan. He also hosts his own daily, morning show now.
He does.
With Miss Pipkin.
Yeah, very well rounded. Not just talking about sports. He's actually, getting out to the world and talking about different things in the world, what's going on. Just seeing them open up to a new field. A lot of ex-players, they'll go to ESPN and just continue broadcasting just sports. He's open his horizon. Because he's a TSU alumni, man. He knows what he needs to do and broaden his aspect of life.
And we've got an Alabama State Hornet down on the field, and he's been down there quite some time now.
I told you before, it's not what you want to see from Alabama. Not even Alabama State. Any player is somebody down and can't get up. You don't want to see any career-ending injuries.
And looks though the Alabama State Hornets are going to get their backup quarterback in, Arsenio Favor. We see him warming up on the sidelines. We're not sure if he's going to come in, but I do see somebody else throwing the football. And the Hornet is up.
Glad to see him moving around.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still getting more love from the fans out there and people watching the game live. Got a text message from Eric Montano.
Yeah, I remember him.
You remember? Yeah, on the track team.
That's right.
Great athlete. He recently past season tore his leg up, but he's back fast than ever. Spoke with him before. Also my barber. So shout out to him. Keeping me fresh in here in the booth. For the camera time. Shot me a text saying, you seen my highlights on TV that y'all had surprised me with. So everybody's surprised, man.
You shout out your barber. I just saw my barber actually downstairs in the stands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Well,
our barber's hooking us up, man.
Yeah, man. My man Eric, TSU track team.
The Flying T. Backup quarterback Arsenio Favor into the game as Daniel Duhart went out to injury. And first pass is incomplete. Third down coming up here for Team Alabama State. Backup quarterback Arsenio Favor into the game. Arsenio Favor 6'3", 235-pound redshirt junior from Montgomery, Alabama.
Man, what are they feeding these kids nowadays? They just get
Oh, man,
bigger and bigger each and every year.
That Alabama cooking.
That's what it is. I'm telling you,
That's
it's
Southern
this generation. Every time I hear another player, oh yeah, the quarterback 6'8", 300 pounds, it runs a 4.4. What?
What a hit! And almost intercepted. What a hit there by big Robert Boykins. And almost intercepted by the Tigers, in and out the hands. As we see the hit here, Boykins knocked the quarterback out.
Robert Boykins, another TSU athlete I played ball with back when I was playing. He was a freshman. Matter of fact, it's funny to say he was used to be my roommate. Actually.
Wow.
So yeah, we spent a lot of time together, man, and it's crazy watching these guys out here playing, taking starting roles now that I'm gone, and this generation of players are going through, and now his turn out there making plays, and you see him put pressure on the quarterback, and should have been an interception. Yeah, a TSU Tiger, you gotta bring that in.
You didn't teach Boykins that? You didn't teach Boykins that?
Yeah, Robert Boykins, twin brother Reggie Boykins.
Wow, I didn't know he had a twin.
Yeah, both of them are roommates. Crazy, I know.
As we see the next home game versus Alcorn State, which will be homecoming, October 19th, 2 o'clock. We'll be here. 2 o'clock p.m. on your KHOU 11.2. And I'll probably get here a little early that game. I'll hang out on the campus that day.
I thought you said you were going to be here today at 4 o'clock.
I was here at 4. You just wasn't where I was at 4.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. I see how it is. Gotcha.
And Trenton Richmond did not call a fair catch as 4 Alabama State Hornets swarmed around him. He kept hold on to the ball. He's back. Yeah, homecoming. I remember last year we got a chance to do the game here and had a chance to get back on the campus, hang out a little bit, get back on the crowd, get back with the crowd on the walk.
The Tiger Walk. What you know about the Tiger Walk, Nick?
Hey, I grew up on the Tiger Walk. Came to TSU, but Tiger Walk before you were out of high school.
Oh man, I know.
Before you were even in high school.
Man, I'm telling you, it was the craziest thing was when I was getting recruited to come to Texas Southern. I did not know about the HBCUs and Black College. It was crazy. I didn't know about it. What was crazier was that my father went to HBCU and I didn't even know it.
Wow.
Went to FAMU.
Yeah.
A white guy.
And FAM is actually has having some success this season.
Yeah.
In the MEAC conference.
Also give a shout out to the March 100. My older sister, former March 100.
Okay.
The clarinet.
When I think of bands, I think of big instruments.
Uh huh.
As we see that pass is complete to Dedric Shipman for the first down. How does that clarinet make all that noise as small as it is?
I hope I named the right instrument. I'm pretty sure
if it's not the right instrument, there's still the clarinet section. And I mean, the clarinet section is just as loud with the small instrument as anything else.
It makes a difference, Nick.
It makes a difference, that's right. As we see the Ocean of Soul to our right.
I'm telling you, Ocean of Soul, another great band across the land. I used to love going to practice at night and listen to them play as we're practicing, going around the field, just leaving the field as we're going on, and it's them playing in the background while we're practicing. It's something about it, man. I don't know what it is, but it makes you feel some type of way. Yeah?
Good reference. You beat me to it.
I beat you to it. A song reference, if viewers didn't catch that.
Across the middle is Homer Causey. Hits Billy Rosenberg. Another first down for the Tigers. They're second on this drive.
Another TSU athlete on the team. Another dual sport.
Yeah, he played basketball. That's right. You talked about that earlier, yeah.
Talked about it earlier. You see him get more touches. Big target. Big kid.
And a quite good basketball player as well.
Hey, I'm telling you,
a Tigers basketball team that only lost one game last season in conference play.
Right, won a championship, and you have to be talented to be on made a team of a championship team like that.
Head coach, second-year head coach now, Mike Davis, as Dedric Shipman gets about a 7-yard, about a 6-yard gain. Head coach Mike Davis, former coach of University of Alabama, Birmingham, and University of Indiana. And I saw those guys practicing in there yesterday, DeJuan, and
getting started
they're just as good as they were last year.
After losing a couple of seniors, Omar Strong, another great player.
One of my distant relatives.
One of your distant relatives. You seem to know everybody and be related to everybody.
Homer Causey uses his legs, gets away from a couple of Hornets as he loses about maybe a yard or two.
Have you seen the men's basketball rings from last year?
No, I didn't get a chance to see them.
Very nice. It has a whole basketball court on the ring.
Wow.
A whole one.
So, I mean, it has to be pretty long.
I've never seen it before. It's pretty large.
$31-0 your score. Talk about a ring with a full basketball court. Wow.
Full basketball court. I was very proud. I'm quite jealous, and I have 2 of them myself.
And you don't have a full court.
I don't have a full
after
court.
the play was over.
I had a football field.
After the play was over, on sportsmanlike conduct, on defense, 94, automatic, first down.
Just saying.
That flag will go against the Alabama State Hornets. Tigers now into Hornet territory. They're going to try to get something cooking here.
Hopefully so. Getting these extra yards is something they desperately need right now, Nick. They are still trying to find themselves, getting started, and hopefully we can see some progression here, moving those chains.
Homer Causey still in at quarterback. Tigers looking for their first points. Shipman to the near side receiver spot. Causey drops back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Pass is picked off over the middle. Maurice Tate. And the Tigers stop Maurice Tate around the 34-yard line. And again, DeJuan, just when you take 2 steps forward, somehow you take 3 steps back.
It's unfortunate, but a great play by the Alabama State linebacker. Being instinctive, catching the ball, and making a couple of moves, make people miss. Right now, Alabama State, they're having fun right now. I know we spoke before earlier about when I was playing against Alabama State, how much fun I was having. I guess this is kind of a payback.
There was a ring on the line when you were
playing. watching them having fun out there. But as a team and as a player, that's what you want to do in a game. You know, it's play. It's a game, Nick. You want to have fun in the game.
That's right.
You don't. A lot of people, they put too much pressure on football and making it larger than what it is. At the end of the day, it's a game. You want to have fun. And, of course, there are things on the line, but there's always something on the line in anything you do.
Rodney Cross in on the run there from Lithia, Georgia, the redshirt sophomore. Grabs about 7 yards, make it 2nd and 3. Just under a minute left to play here in the third quarter. And as we see him getting the ball one more time. Rodney Cross, 5'10", 203 pounds.
Alabama State lining back up, showing they're not slowing down. Still passing the ball, getting upfield. Still got things to work on. As you see, that's why normally we see blowout games like this, players the coaches are still trying to try new plays to see what works.
We talked about the TSU alumni earlier. They're giving away 2 presidential suite tickets to the homecoming game. And all you need to do is follow and mention via at Tiger Fans. Mention Tiger Fans on Twitter, and you could win 2 presidential suite tickets to the homecoming game.
Hey, that sounds like a good bet to me. Let me if I wasn't already working it, I'll have to send a tweet off to Twitter to Tiger Fans.
Well, 31-0.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
Percy Crusoe. If you haven't been to French's Chicken, or if it's been a while since your last visit, no place does chicken like Frenchie's. Our chicken is seasonized with our blend of Creole herbs and spices. Our side dishes include the tastiest greens and red beans and rice you'll ever put in your mouth. Try our new King Roll rotisserie chicken at our Scott Street location. Come on by French's Chicken, where the taste lasts forever.
We want to make Houston a safer place, so we shine a light on shady dealings and shady people.
You know, people doing things they shouldn't be doing or not doing things they should.
We want to do our part by taking a closer look, digging deeper, going where you can't.
Because we believe you have the right to not be cheated or threatened or used.
It's why we're always watching out for you.
We're the KHOU 11 News I-Team, and we stand for Houston.
Welcome back to TSU Football here on the TSU Sports Network. Nick Strong alongside DeJuan Fulgham as we see the Tigers letting the Hornets get into Tiger territory there. We got another special guest for you here to start off the fourth quarter. Miss Bertina Bennett's in the house, hanging out with us. Miss Bertina Bennett, introduce yourself to the fans.
Hello, Tiger fans. My name is Bertina Bennett. I am the Executive Director of Student Service Operations and Food Service, as well as Chair for Homecoming this year.
Now, I wish I would have known you when I went to TSU. You talked about that food aspect, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I come from the old school cafeteria line back in 04 and 05.
Okay, well, things are getting better since then.
Of course they are. And here comes the pass complete. As we talk to Miss Bertina Bennett, we got homecoming coming up in 2 weeks. Alcorn State will be in town, and all our alumni will be in town. Everybody's coming back to hang out and give back to Texas Southern. But the students will actually be on campus as well. You know, we talked about the definition of what homecoming is, and it's the alumni coming back to, you know, give mentorship and, you know, just the finer things and talk about their experiences with the actual students at Texas Southern that are students now. So talk about what type of things will be going on the campus at that time.
Well, we're excited. Like you mentioned, we're serving as host for welcoming our alumni and friends back on campus during that time. But at the same time, we're going to have fun as well when the alumni come into town for the meet and greet that Thursday. That Wednesday, we're going to start off with the celebrity basketball game.
Oh, wow.
That's an event we're just trying to raise and take it to the next level.
Now, the fact that me and DeJuan are on TV, do we get to be on the celebrity side of things? I mean,
Sure, we can make that happen.
I need a spot on that roster.
We can make that happen. We can make that happen.
I need that spot.
We can make that happen. We're going to have a TSU team that's made up of faculty, staff, students, and alumni.
All right. Okay,
and then they're going to be playing against some celebrities.
Oh, wow.
Local hip-hop artists, comedians, and we got some ex-professional players as well. So
what team are they going to be on?
I'm kind of old. They're going to be on the celebrity side.
I'm kind of old now.
Oh, DeJuan, you're not that old. Come on now.
Man, I don't know. I'm kind of brittle.
Basketball game is that Wednesday. Let me back up. We're going to start off with Turn Up the Fitness that Tuesday.
Turn Up the Fitness.
From 6 to 9. We're going to have a glow-in-the-dark Zumba class in the rec center. And we're going to have a bike trail. You know, Dr. Saunders had purchased bikes on campus. So we're going to turn up the fitness this year. And then that Thursday, we're going to have a TSU Got Talent, where we're going to showcase the talent among our faculty, staff, and students. We're going to have a Seriously Funny. It's not going to just be a comedy show.
Marcus Wiley involved?
No, I wish. We tried to get Marcus, but we've used Marcus so much this year. But we're going to take it up a level, and we're going to talk to our students about the seriousness of going through school and graduating and life thereafter. But we're going to do it in a comical way.
Yeah.
That Friday, we're going to have the Yard Festival, and like we did last year, we're going to have entertainment throughout the festival. Okay, and then we're going to have the Greek show in H&P Arena that evening.
It's always a big event. That's right.
That Saturday morning, our grand parade. It's going to be wonderful. You know, we have a lot of participants, hundreds of participants from all across the state and even outside of the state.
Wow.
We have participants as far as from Tennessee. We come back, we have the game, of course, at 2 o'clock with Alcorn State. After this, we're coming back on the yard for our tailgate experience. Just a grand experience.
I'm looking forward to all the excitement, experience, and the festivities.
Yes, it's going to be grand. And we're not going to have a concert this year, but we are going to provide live entertainment. We're going to do a series called Keeping the Music Alive.
Wow.
It's going to be educational but yet entertaining for our students.
Sounds
We're going
pretty
to
good.
have songs from the likeness of Whitney Houston and
Offsides. Defense. Number 8. Penalty will be declined. Third down.
You coming back to
What
the
are some of
yard.
the things that the students are excited about on campus?
Well, some of the things they're excited about, like I said, the
Yeah.
celebrity basketball game. We've been
They're really going to like that one.
Yes, and then the Greek show. You know,
Right.
we're known for our Greek show. And then the TSU Got Talent. That was packed.
Yeah.
You know, you have the camaraderie between the various departments supporting each other, so that's fun as well.
Well, I'm a product of the School of Communications.
All right. School of
All right.
Communication.
Anything that works for the School of Communications?
Well, I hope we have
Yeah.
some participants
Okay.
from
All
the
right.
School of Communication and the TSU Got Talent.
Well, how about the busy school? You know, I'm a business school product.
Well, it's a surprise for me. I do have a committee chair that's running.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
They promised me that I will be entertained, and it's great participation from everybody.
Nice.
across campus.
What are some of the things in the past that we have seen come through Texas Southern that's kind of wooed everybody?
Well, just the change. I think just the change and some of the improvements that our administration is trying to make. You know, we're just trying to raise the bar and stress the importance of going to school and graduating in a timely manner.
As we see a field goal there by the Alabama State Hornets, make the score now 34-0. Nick Strong alongside DeJuan Fulgham still in the booth with Miss Bertina Bennett, hanging out upstairs talking about homecoming festivities for next week, or excuse me, in a couple of weeks versus Alcorn State. Game will be at 2 o'clock. Celebrity basketball games, TSU's Got Talent. Anything else that we don't know about out there?
But don't forget about the Greek show. You
Right.
know, that's going to be major. That's a fundraiser for
Okay.
PEN.
That's going to be an HMPE.
That's going to be an
prize,
HMPE.
prize, the whole deal.
Friday,
Who's going to be
yes.
hosting that? Or just
I'm
the
not
students?
sure.
Or okay,
Yeah,
all
the
right.
students will be hosting.
Okay.
It's the Divine Nine that's putting on
Yeah.
that. It's their annual fundraiser.
That's their baby. That's their baby. That's right. Did you pledge anything in college? Or?
I did not.
No,
I
me
took
either.
care
I
of
did.
business. I
Yeah.
took care of business. I went to class and I went to work and came back.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to be grand, and we definitely need your support. So we try to really sponsor.
Well, I mean, if anybody ever wants to get on the internet and, you know, find more information about what's going on, can you give me a website or a phone number?
Yes, I can.
Email,
Everything
cell
you
phone,
need to know.
Twitter, Instagram.
Everything you need to know about Homecoming 2013 is at www.tsuhomecoming2013.com.
Yeah.
That's tsuhomecoming2013.com. Or you can call our hotline at 713-313-1111.
It's too fast. Hold on. You gotta
Slow down.
713-313-1111. And we look forward to seeing you in the
Now,
next couple of weeks.
you're a TSU product.
Yes, I am.
We couldn't let Miss Cochran or Miss Askew get out here without telling us what year they graduated. What year did you product of Texas Southern?
Represent now.
I graduated in 1984.
All right, that was
School
Miss
of
Askew. I think
Business.
Askew said she was 84.
Okay, the School
Right.
of Business, major accounting.
Okay, all right.
My girl.
Graduate or anything, or just post?
Well, I'm a
Okay.
graduate of Prairie View University.
Okay, all right.
It's
We'll
okay.
ask
You
that.
found the right path, the right road. You ended to a great place. It's
That's
okay.
right. I
Yeah.
agree. That's
All things lead. All great things lead to Texas
all
Southern.
roads lead to Texas Southern.
That's where I got my start.
Let me ask you this. I'm in the high school ranks as well, and I know, you know, some people want to try to, you know, take a look at that experience. Some people that didn't go to Texas Southern attend the festivities. I mean, what type of things? They can just go to the website. Everybody can take a look at the way. There's something for everybody.
It's something
Yeah.
for everybody.
Right.
It's something
You don't have
for
to be a student to
everybody.
get into the Greek show. You know what I mean? There are going to be some other schools
the
there.
fee to get into the Greek show, it is going to be trying to do this as a charity event.
Right.
It's going to be free to students showing their ID
With
and
from
bringing
Texas
a canned
Southern.
good from Texas
Southern, right. If I go to Prairie View, I've got to pay.
You have to pay
okay.
$10.
That's
It's
fine.
$10 for the general public, and then it's $5 for alumni when they show their credentials. Some kind of membership saying that they're active with the alumni.
All right. And how would you get these membership? Be active?
You contact Connie Cochran in her office at 713-313-1363. That's our alumni relations office.
right.
And they will also have a booth at festival. We're trying to recruit and track past graduates and students, the ones that's lost, who want them to come home and get their information so they can be a support. Okay, well, great. We're glad.
no matter which road you take, all roads lead to Texas Southern.
Well, just in homecoming, like I said, everything you need to know, the forms and everything is on the website.
Right.
Again, at tsuhomecoming2013.com.
Sounds good.
I think we are proud of our classes I bring this year. And just considering all the accomplishments that we've made through our alumni, faculty, and staff, we want to come together and join forces and conquer the world.
It's been always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Miss Bertina Bennett, hanging out with us in the booth, putting it together for homecoming next couple of weeks from now against Alcorn State University. Alcorn State University. Thanks a lot, Miss Bennett. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. All right.
Bye now.
As the Braves always lurk around Houston. Something about those colors, purple and gold. As and just in reference to homecoming, you know, you're watching out there in TV land. You know, you want to come to the homecoming game. You want to sit in a presidential suite. You know, make sure you tweet at Tiger Fans. That's at TIGERFANS to win the contest, or enter to win the contest. Just tweet Tiger Fans at Tiger Fans. The TSU alumni is giving away 2 presidential suites, or 2 tickets to the presidential suite. And you can chill, have presidential-like benefits in the presidential suite here at BBVA Compass Stadium.
All with a tweet, huh? That's simple.
That's all you got to do. You know, maybe, wow, what a move. You know, maybe we can get the production booth into the presidential suite, and we can do the game for the presidential suite.
Maybe so. Maybe we need to tweet, and we can bring all the gear downstairs and have a little buffet. They have some food down there.
It'll be a nice sight. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's get our intern on that.
Yeah, for all the listeners, I'm about to go ahead and tweet now. So you might want to hurry and beat me before I decide to tweet and win a contest.
We're gonna do the game from the presidential suite if we win.
All right, let's do it.
I'm serious, man. I've been in the presidential suites here at BBVA Compass Stadium. I mean, they're top notch. I've been to Minute Maid. I've been down to the Toyota Center, and I've seen the ones here at BBVA, and I'm pretty impressed. I haven't been to the Reliant yet.
It's a state-of-the-art facility, brand new. As you see, just built. So top of the line of state-of-the-art rooms and locker rooms and field and seats, press boxes. And as you see on the field, Alabama State running back on the field. Offense is about to get started again. They're backed up. They haven't seen the side of the ball very often, Nick. You see they're starting on the 5-yard line. Going to start moving out.
And as we see a flag there, and it may go against the Alabama State Hornets.
Illegal snap. 66 offense.
It's going to be a false start for
goal.
the
replay.
Gold and
First
white.
Down.
Right now, you'll see Texas Southern defense. We have them backed up against the goal line now. Hopefully, we can put some pressure on them. Let number 4 make a play out there. And he got the ball close to a safety. That's what you want to see as your defense right there. Is attacking the ball, attacking the point of line of scrimmage, get into the backfield and making plays.
Well, the Tigers do have them backed up all the way inside the 5-yard line. However, they still do trail 34-0, and they're still looking for their first points of the game. Now, a safety will give them a safety will get them on the scoreboard here. If they can stop them, which they do. And look who it is, number 44, Amir Bloom. Your former number, Dewan.
Right, tremendous athlete. One of the players I highlighted at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
One of the great athletes on the TSU's defensive line, and that's the players you want to see from the beginning of the game and throughout the game. And I'm glad you still see the Tigers fighting out there.
Well, let me ask you this: we get the safety, and we get in there. We still trail 34-2, but defensive points on the board first, and that may start up something. Let's take a quick break here on the TSU Sports Network. 34-2, 7 minutes and 23 seconds left to go here in this contest. You're watching TSU football here on the TSU Sports Network.
It's morning across Houston, the start of a brand new day. From Pearland to Pasadena, from Galveston to Humble. No matter where you live in this great city, our mission is to make mornings easier for you, bringing you the news, weather, and traffic you need to start your day. Up to the minute, the second you're up. KHOU 11 News this morning.
Welcome back to Tiger Football here on TSU Sports Network. Nick Strong alongside DeJuan Fulgham. DeJuan, we've had a powerful show tonight. We've had Connie Cochran, Miss Julia Askew. We've had Bertina Bennett. We saw some of your highlight tapes. You know, the game has been pretty instrumental. Homecoming is coming up in 2 weeks. Tigers still lose 34-2. They just got a safety. Looks as though they're trying to get something going here in the fourth quarter. It got started on defense with the safety by Amir Bloom.
Yeah, it showed a bright spot in TSU's defense. That's something you want to see. When you have the opposing team backed up, you want to send the dogs. You want to put some pressure on them. And you see Amir Bloom got free and was able to get a safety to get the first points on the board for Texas Southern. You got to get the ball rolling some kind of way, and if you had to do it on the defensive side, it's so be it. You have to do it on the defensive side, but that could also progress the offense. But hey, we need to pick it up. It's late in the game, but TSU they're still trying to find themselves this season, Nick, and hopefully that was one way of doing it.
Well, as we know with the safety, the Tigers will also get the ball here. So Bobby Wenzig will punt the ball, safety punt. And back deep to receive Trenton Richmond as he fields it from the 30-yard line. Gets to the 35 now, shy of the 40, and he gets to the 40, and he's stopped right there by a host. He's by a swarm of Hornets out there.
But as you see, Texas Southern, this is really good field position for them to make some plays going down the field. So hopefully they take advantage of the great field position they have because they've been starting further back. And unfortunately, they've been struggling with penalties. Has been pushing them back as well as sacks.
Yeah.
So as long as they're moving positively down the field, they should be okay. So we'll see. Do we have another quarterback in the game?
Yeah, it looks as though number 18 on the depth chart for the Tigers. That's Earnest Carrington, the sophomore from Humble, Texas, by way of University of Louisiana Monroe, by the way. As he looks downfield, scrambles out the pocket. Here come two Hornets, and he's just going to have to slide down and take the 2-yard loss. That's Earnest Carrington, 6'3", 210-pound redshirt sophomore, actually from Humble, Texas.
Nick, what makes a really good team, a great team, is first of all is great leadership from your team, and it's having certain people on certain side of the balls leading your team, as well as of course having a good quarterback. TSU struggling trying to find who their quarterback is. You see they went through several different quarterbacks this game and throughout the season, so they're looking to find that person who could lead them to victory throughout the rest of the season.
Earnest Carrington tried to hit Dedric Shipman. Couldn't touch him, wide open. Carrington has to slow down just a little bit out there.
Yeah, it's tough when you get thrown into the game like this. In the game, you haven't got a chance to develop your rhythm, and the coaches asked you to step in. Hey, score me some points. We need points. It's tough on him coming in, this late in the game and not being able to truly warm up and get used to playing.
There's a reception by the TSU Tigers there. Looks as though number 19, Elston Lane Jr. gets the reception. Did he get shy? No, they're going to give him the first down there. Or they're going to give him fourth and short, actually. So they're going to give him a first down. The chain gain is moving on the sideline. 6:15 left to go here. Tigers still trying to put up some points on the scoreboard.
This is also a way for him to earn a starting spot. As long as he's moving those chains, trust me, the coach will see that and will look to put him in the future.
Tigers Gain about maybe 4 yards in the play. Make it 2nd and 7. Actually gain 3. Make it 2nd and 7 here. Ball is spotted at the 46. Carrington going down the field. Oh, wow.
He had a man wide open, Dedric Shipman. Another guy I played with back in the day. Great guy. But he had him open. Just got to make that throw. But once again, I said, you get thrown into a game like that, you haven't gotten into a rhythm.
Yeah.
Coach is expecting you to get down like, hey, we need points, score now. It's a tough job to ask for him, but as a backup, that's your role. You never know when your time's going to be called, so you always got to be ready.
Make it 3rd and 7 as Billy Rosenberg checks into the game at the tight end spot. Dedric Shipman and Elston Lane up top side of your screen. Tigers 3rd and 7. Here come the Alabama State Hornets. Here come the pressure. Carrington drops back, pass is incomplete as he tried to go to Shipman, and the Tigers couldn't get it cracking there on that drive. The Alabama State defense has turned up tonight, DeJuan.
They really have a very impressive show. You see that TSU has 2 points on the board. It's not because of Alabama State's defense. They pretty much pitched a shutout, but they won't get the result for it because the points got put on the board. But they have been showing up ready to play. Coach Ramsey with the showing he still has on the defensive side over there. I know we had a nickname back when I played. I would call it 212.
That's right.
212 degrees is the boiling point of water. So you see he took that mentality over to Alabama State, and they're looking very, very good out there today against the Tigers.
A fair catch there for the Alabama State Hornets as Malcolm Cyrus holds it down inside the 10-yard line, actually be at the 10-yard line. And the Alabama State Hornets will have to drive 90 yards if they want to get back into the end zone here. Darveon Trahan out there.
Trahan, another guy you had a Yates.
Yeah.
His product. Right as of now, he's leading Texas Southern defense with tackles.
That's right.
So it's always good to see your former products out here doing well for themselves.
Actually, he was in that game when we played the Prairie View A&M Panthers, and he played against his former teammate James Paul Bryant, who actually had a standout SWAC week.
All right.
Yeah, at Prairie View last week. Here comes the quick run by the Alabama State Hornets coming down the sidelines. Whoa!
It's a little slippery on the sideline.
Yeah, just a little slippery on the sidelines.
Trahan was in the area again.
That's Khalid Thomas.
Before this game, Trahan is leading the Tigers defense with 32 tackles coming into this game. It's always impressive if you're leading your team in tackles. Normally we like more for your linebackers to do it, not your DBs and safeties, but it shows how active he is.
Khalid Thomas gains 2 yards there for the Alabama State Hornets. As we near the closing of this contest, just under 5 minutes left to go here at the BBVA Compass Stadium. 2nd and 7. Khalid Thomas runs into his own Hornet there. And the Tigers stop the Hornets shy of the first down. So 3rd and short here for the Alabama State Hornets. Tigers can give it one more shot to get into the end zone if they put a stop here on 4th down.
At this point in the game, the Tigers, it's pretty determined of the outcome of this game. But like I say, you never want to give up. You're always trying to work on something. So when Tigers get the ball again, they're going to, of course, they'll try to score, work on getting the end zone, work on certain plays, and not giving up.
Tigers have to travel all the way to Arkansas Pine Bluff next weekend.
I've never been to Arkansas Pine Bluff before.
Oh, wow.
We always played them in the Classic in Dallas.
You sure did. That's right.
We did. So
yeah.
I never actually made it out there to Arkansas.
I remember that.
So that changed.
You played them in the Cotton Bowl?
In the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah. That's right. We did play them there a couple of times. And actually, I can remember when we played Arkansas Pine Bluff in Chicago in a Classic one year. Here comes the handoff one more time That's Courtney. Actually, that's going to be Kalia Thomas again. Getting the handoff, gains a couple of yards, and the Alabama State Hornets may be able to run out this clock. Yeah, you guys didn't get a chance to get to Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Did not.
Yeah.
I want to say, I don't know if it was my freshman year, we played them home at Texas Southern, and then we started doing a classic after that.
Okay.
My sophomore through senior year. I want to say, if my memory serves me correctly. I'm saying you, all them hits to the head, concussions.
Well, right now, Arkansas Pine Bluff sits 0-2 in the SWAC play, and Alcorn State 2-1 in conference play. So, you know, you got two teams next week playing for their first victory, pending that Arkansas Pine Bluff is not beating or will beat Jackson State tonight. So a team is going to be hungry next weekend.
Somebody's going to win.
98. 98 must leave the field of play for one down. 98.
Them to step it up and make some changes, and overall to see how they will how they will compete next week.
Yeah, and when you talk about that, going into Arkansas Pine Bluff, you know, a coach right here, you want to give your team some momentum, as head coach Darrell Asbury is trying to do. You know, you want to have some momentum going onto the road, playing a team that, you know, that is going to be hungry at home. You know, and you're the team on the road right there, you know. So, you know, it's going to be a good game up there at Arkansas Pine Bluff, I'm sure, next week. Hopefully the Tigers can bring back the victory going into the homecoming week, the week after that, to play right here at BBVA versus the Alcorn State Braves.
Right, and like I was saying before, TSU, they're trying to get something going now to get some momentum, carrying themselves into the game. It builds up confidence, moving on to the next week, knowing you can compete and play with anybody you're on the field with.
Kalia Thomas runs to the near side, and it looks as though the Alabama, it's a little too early for homecoming.
A little too early, yeah. I see you're anxious.
The Alabama State Hornets run to the near side, and fourth down coming up here. So maybe they come on and use the punting team right here. Actually, they're gonna use the punt team here, and Trenton Richmond will step back inside the 10-yard line, and he'll try to field this punt.
Even the punt team, you want to work on all aspects of your game.
Yeah.
You need practice and everything. The punt team needs practice. The kicker needs practice. You know, just try and maybe catty corner and put it in a corner somewhere.
5 yards,
and,
replay,
so
fourth down.
It's always work, no matter what point of the game it is, even if it's a minute left in the fourth quarter. I'm saying I've been in the film rooms where even though the game is decided, punt team, you screw up, the special team coach is still gonna get on your butt.
Oh yeah.
Talking about, hey, why you messes up? If this was a point in the game that we needed, it's important, and you screwed it up, you know, that's your butt. You're gonna hear it from them.
Here comes the punt. Trenton Richmond back deep to receive inside the 5. It's a fumble. Trenton Richmond falls right back on top of it, and there may have been a penalty out there. You got to give him a couple yards to
catch the ball and wait for see what the flag is for.
And the referees will talk about it down there on the field.
Kick
Bobby Wenzig
on Alabama State.
For Alabama State as we hear the penalty.
For the spot of the foul, first down, number 41.
And with that, we'll go into a break. 34-2, TSU Tigers trail the Alabama State Hornets. We'll be right back. You're watching Fighting Tiger Football here on the TSU Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Pastor Carl Miner, athletic team pastor for the Texas Southern Tigers, and the new founding pastor of the Church of Grace Fellowship. We're excited about what God is doing here in Richmond, Texas. Each Sunday morning at 10 a.m., we worship here at the William B. Travis High School, also the home of the Tigers. We'd love to have you come and worship with us. God is doing amazing things. We're committed to reconciling people back to God, to themselves, and to each other, so that the kingdom of God is expanded, the church of God is built up, the grace of God is exemplified, and the Lord Jesus Christ is glorified. We look forward to having you beginning October the 6th. Be our guest here at the Church of Grace Fellowship. where we introduce you to your best self. Be encouraged. We look forward to having you, and God bless you. Go Tigers!
Honest, hard-working families, they're the backbone of this city. And like you, we're fed up with the bad guys preying on those trying to make an honest living. At KHOU 11 News, we believe it is time to take a stand. We're going after the scammers, the crooks, and thieves, because we believe everyone should play by the same rules. And we won't back down until we've exposed those who victimize good, hard-working people. At KHOU 11 News, we stand for Houston.
.49 seconds left to go here on the TSU Sports Network. Tigers trying to get into the end zone one last time. How do they do it? Tigers dropping back to pass. Dedric Shipman pass is caught at the 40-yard line, out of bounds. And it looks as though Jay Christophe, all the way from Addis, Louisiana, gets things started here. And he'll run the 1-minute offense.
Like I said, all this is trying to get some momentum going into next week. You're still trying to find a quarterback, seeing what he could do, moving the ball down, moving the chains down the field.
Christophe and Shipman wanted to go long.
Miscommunication with the quarterback and receiver, but of course
you're going to have that with a new quarterback.
Exactly, that will happen when quarterbacks are interchangeable and they're not on the same page right now, Nick. That's all. But it stops the clock, gives them time to get themselves together to come up with another play.
Second and 10 from the 42-yard line. Christophe, hands off. Ball is going up top. Looks as though number 43, Joshua Taylor from A-Leaf Elsick High School. 15 seconds left to go here. Will the Tigers get another playoff? They will. We're going to try to get one more. And a dump pass and that will do it. As the Fighting Tigers fall 34-2, DeJuan. Tigers fall 34-2 to the Alabama State Hornets. Like to thank everybody out there for watching Fighting Tiger football here on the TSU Sports Network. For our whole production crew, our spotter/statistician, Miss Alex Lomax, DeJuan Fulgham, my color announcer, I'm Nick Strong. Thank you for watching, and good night from BBVA Compass Stadium.